All right, I think it is almost ready.
Done.
All right, great. Let me go ahead and start the recording. We'll get started here. Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeneth Blackert, and today we're talking with Emily Logan Lewis, or Emily the Mystic. This is my co-host, Lianka Rena,
Good morning.
and this is Hot Hustle. Emily, welcome. I've been I'm excited today. I know that I want to fill this call with like uber like joy and take some callers for some readings. But first, let's start just a little bit with you telling us just a little bit about how you discovered that you had these psychic medium abilities and kind of how that unfolded in your world.
Yeah, so my journey was a little bit non-traditional in that sense. I think there's some misconceptions out there in the spiritual space that you are born with these mystical psychic gifts, and you, as a child, you grow up seeing ghosts and having these prophetic dreams about your loved ones. But for me, that wasn't really the case. However, what's really interesting is I was obsessed with spirituality from a very young age. So when I was around the age of 10, 11 years old, I would just read as many books as I possibly could about spiritual topics. So everything from astrology to numerology, the chakras. And for such a young kid, I feel like
Yeah.
looking back, I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. So it took me to go through a what I call my spiritual reawakening journey, of course, during the pandemic, which I think a lot of us and maybe some people on this call too can relate to, where I was able to return back to those spiritual interests again that I had in childhood. And I even went back to my parents' home and in my childhood bedroom. Sure enough, I had all of these books from my childhood about spirituality, which is just so fascinating to me. So what happened was, as I was going through this spiritual reawakening journey during the pandemic, and I had this time I was working from home with my corporate job, I started going deeper into that realm of spirituality again and discovered through meditation, through working with my own teachers and mentors, that I had psychic and intuitive gifts that were just ready to kind of burst and pop, you know? And so it took doing some work on my own and again working with some spiritual teachers to really get those gifts and bring them out of my shell. And it's just
hmm
such a fun journey ever since then.
Yeah, I can totally relate. That's amazing, and it's kind of reassuring to hear you say that. Because do you believe that everyone can start to access their gifts?
Absolutely. If I
Yeah.
believe that if you are open-minded enough and you do feel a connection with God, source, the universe, then absolutely. We are all intuitive and can tap into that.
Yeah, I know that you, I listened to some of your recordings from the program today. So I know that one of your talents is really taking us deep into meditation. And I really want the callers to experience your work. Would you rather start with a meditation and then we'll take some callers, or do you want to take some callers and then do a little meditation?
No, I would love to start with a meditation because that's how I do all of my readings. I find that it helps ground my clients and open them up so that they can receive a better reading experience than if we're just getting on the call and starting right away.
Nice.
Fabulous. Well, then I'm going to give you
Let's
Okay,
go.
the floor here.
sounds good. All right, so I'm going to invite everyone who can participate, so anyone who's not driving or who's running around, to be able to take a moment now to gently get into a comfortable space and gently close your eyes. This is going to be a lovely meditation just to help ground you and center you and kickstart your week off in a really lovely and divine way. So, as you gently close your eyes, I'm going to invite you to begin to drop into your body. As you drop into your body, just beginning to notice how you feel today. Maybe you've been running around throughout the course of this Monday so far, and I'm just going to invite you to gently return home to your body now. And just taking a moment to tune into how your body is feeling. And as you do that, I'm going to set the intention to invite all aspects of everyone's energy, whether you're live or watching the recording, to bring all of your energy fully here to this call now so that you can fully receive the benefits of it. Inviting all of those pieces of you from other spaces and times back into this now moment. And anywhere where you've picked up any energies that are not your own throughout the course of the weekend or the week so far, we're going to lovingly send all of that energy back wherever it came from, returning to sender with joy, helping to return you to a state of equilibrium. And now as you drop more deeply into your body, feeling your heart rate begin to slow down, feeling your nervous system begin to relax, I want you to tune into your heart space. And as you tune into your heart, I want you to imagine that a bright white column of light begins to make its way down from divine source in the heavens and begins to move through your heart. As this white light moves through your heart, it begins to open up your heart chakra to be open to receive. And as it moves through your heart is such a beautiful bridge between your upper and lower chakras that we allow this white light to move through all of your chakras in turn, between what's above and what's below. Opening up all of your chakras in turn again to help you fully receive the magic of this call today. On your next inhale, I'm going to invite you to deeply breathe in through your nose, breathing in this white light deeply into your body. And then exhaling through your mouth or nose, releasing the rest, letting it all go. Breathing in again, breathing in this white light. Exhaling the rest, letting it all go. And one more time, breathing in deeply, in through the nose, breathing in this white light. Exhaling the rest. And now just taking a moment to gently ground you, I want you to tune into your root chakra at the base of your spine. As you look down towards the space, we invite the root chakra to drop a heavy golden cord connected to a weighted golden anchor. This anchor drops into the earth. Layer by layer through the earth it goes, down and down, through the layers of soil, dirt, and rock, coming into the core of the earth. And just taking a moment to allow your root chakra anchor to dig into the earth itself. And as this happens, beginning to pull up lots of golden grounding energy from the earth that will serve you not just today, but through the rest of the week, keeping you grounded and centered. And finally, we're going to wrap every single person in this group in a white force field shield of protection, just to keep you protected and safe, again, throughout the course of the day and the rest of the week ahead. And we also invite in all of the guardian angels and guides, the spirit guide teams of every single person who is here, live and watching the recording, to participate with us today. And finally, I'm going to invite every single person in this group to set an intention for yourself of what you would like to receive in this moment. Perhaps an intention of how you would like the rest of your day to go. So just take a moment and quietly do that to yourself now. Good. And when that feels complete to you, you can gently take a moment and open your eyes.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
You missed last week when I was like all about like, okay, guys, let's kind of, decide what we want to create during the summit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to always use the word intention because sometimes it comes with like this intensity.
Oh,
And
yeah, it's a good way of
yeah,
looking
and then
at it.
so as the conference went last Wednesday, we talked with Masami, and she was talking about the moon cycles, and she said, actually, in this time and space, these moon cycles, it's actually about celebrating endings instead of beginnings. And I thought when you set the intention, my face just kind of smiled and lit up. I was like, yeah, I mean, everyone can choose for themselves their own flow. And sometimes just being is
Totally.
all you need to do to create. So I just thought I would add that to the conversation. What are your thoughts about intentions? Do you feel like we should always kind of hold a space for intentions?
So the way that my energy works, and in my personal opinion, wherever energy flows and goes is what expands and what grows.
Yeah,
So I love directing my energy in a specific way because it helps me create something from there. But I totally love what you said too about perhaps our intention is just being. Perhaps it's okay to just be,
love
and have that be the beauty of the intention as well. And of course, that's going to expand too, the energy of you just being yourself in this now moment.
Yeah,
Oh, I
absolutely.
love
That was
that.
so beautiful. Beautifully said. Well, I would like to dive in and take some callers to play with. If you would like, Emily does Akashic readings, psychic readings, medium readings, and in general, she can just help you kind of unlock what you need to create. So if you would like to talk with Emily and unleash what might be within you, go ahead and just hit the raise hand button. Emily, is there anything that you need for, like, do they need to say their name, where they're calling from? Like, what information do you need? Do you just need a couple sentences, or tell me about
Yes.
that?
So I'm going to be opening the Akashic records for each person who's going to be receiving a reading. So what I need from you is your full name at birth. So if you could pop that in the chat and a yes to give me permission to open your Akashic records.
Great.
So,
Perfect. Okay. I can't see what the callers right now. Just a second. Let me scoot them around here.
and also too, my thought was that I can really direct my energy in a beautiful way if the people who want readings have a specific thing that they are working on creating in their life and would
Okay.
like to know what that one root block is that's blocking you from having that thing. I can really pinpoint it and do a bunch of people quickly if I have that sort of, again, that intention of what people are working on creating. Help
Okay.
break things
Perfect.
down for you. So,
All
yes.
right.
Well, we've got your, are you,
Melanie
yep, yeah,
Vaughn.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Melanie, go ahead and unmute yourself. Welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
yes.
Yes.
My name is Melanie, and I'm from Michigan. My birth name was Melanie Joy Bassett.
It's
And
beautiful.
right now, thank you. Right now, I'm working on creating a new business. But I really need help with if it's time for me to move out of Michigan or not, because my lease is up and I need to make some big decisions on moving.
Love that. Such a good intention. Sounds perfect to me. All right. And do I have your permission to open your Akashic records?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Give me one moment here to tune into your energy. And I'm going to ask the Akashic record keepers to please open Melanie's Akashic records in perfect accordance with what she needs for her highest good and healing. Amen. And I'm just going to ask the guides to please clear any interferences, known and unknown, across all dimensions, times and planes, spaces, levels of consciousness, and beyond. All right, give me one moment here, Melanie. So, Melanie, actually, to kickstart us off, I am having a male loved one of yours on the other side who's choosing to step forward today. So, do I have your permission to speak with that male loved one on your behalf?
Yes, please.
Okay, love that. So, this person is coming forward with a fatherly energy. So, would you identify with this being your father or someone who represented a father-like figure in your life?
Most likely my grandfather.
Grandfather, perfect. Okay, so let me see what he has to share with you today. So, what he's bringing forward today, Melanie, is there's this deep sense of grief and sadness over closing this chapter of your life and not knowing where to move next. It's almost like this, there's a little bit of a heartbreak around needing to leave and let go. But what your guides are showing me is that it actually is in your highest and best intentions to start a new chapter. But there's this resistance to making those steps forward because of this. They're showing me like this has been where you live in Michigan. It's been such a big part of your life for such a long time. And there's fear towards taking those next steps and moving forward. The way that your grandfather's energy comes through, it's almost like there's this message of bravery. I don't know if he was in the military or was someone who was involved with some sort of organization that required bravery and courage, but there's that he's coming through with this adventurous spirit of like, Melanie, it's your time to do something for you. You've made choices and decisions for other people for such a long time that it's now time for you to make a choice and a decision for you. He's actually showing me that you have an idea of where you want to go next, but there's a lot of fear around like, is this the right choice for me? Is this, how is this going to affect other people? Are they going to approve of this decision or not? And what he's saying and what your guides is saying is like, actually, you have to go. You have to make the leap. And again, there is going to be some grief. There is going to be some sadness around this ending and this letting go. But they're saying ultimately, this is the decision that you have to make for you. Does that make sense, what I just shared? Melanie, did that make sense with what I just shared? You could just give me a thumbs up or you're on mute.
Sorry, my Zoom just cut out and had to restart over again. So I will have to watch the replay because I just missed most of what you said.
Oh no.
No worries, no
Yeah.
worries.
It was, wow. Well, I guess there's something that you don't want to hear.
Yeah. That's
Which could possibly be the case in what
Yeah.
you said too.
Mhm.
All right, well, we're gonna
That's
just
funny.
go ahead and move forward then.
Thank
Allow you to
you.
watch the replay
Yeah.
and definitely let that
Yes.
settle in. Yeah. And
Yeah.
anything that
Okay.
doesn't allow you to receive everything that she said, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that?
Thank you.
Thank you and take a deep breath.
Yes.
Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Very good.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. All right, I'm going to disconnect from Melanie's energy. So just give me one moment. We're going to close her Akashic records and say thank you to her grandfather for stepping in.
That's beautiful. We're excited for you to listen to the replay too.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, who is
All right,
next?
Meredith, you're up. You're up next.
Hi, thank you so much for taking me. This is actually my first reading, so I'm very excited.
Oh,
Yay.
Yes, it's very special. I'm calling from North Carolina, and my name is Meredith Keeling.
Perfect. And I have to say that I have one sister and her name is Meredith. So I love
Oh,
that
that's
your first
exciting.
reading is with me. I was like, oh my gosh, is this my sister stepping forward? So that's super funny. But thank you. Give me one moment now to open your Akashic records. Oh, and do I have your permission to open your records? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Akashic record keepers, please open Meredith's Akashic records in perfect accordance with what she needs for her highest good and healing. Okay, beautiful. So Meredith, the first thing that I'm being shown when I connect to your energy, there's a lot of butterflies around you. So I want you to start looking out for butterflies. You're probably going to start to see a lot of them after this call. It's just a sign and a symbol from your spirit team for you to know that they are around you. So Meredith, do you have something specific that you're working on, wanting to create, needing help with?
Yes, I'll say this really quickly. The butterfly thing is spot on. Oops, I just pressed something. Hold on. Are you still there?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, sorry. I did the same thing. Okay, so the butterfly thing is so spot on. I actually see butterflies all the time. Sometimes when I see them out in nature, they actually follow me.
Great.
It's been so crazy. Even my husband's like, I think the butterflies are following you. So spot on.
Love it.
And then, yes, my intention right now is on career.
Career. Perfect. Okay, so what your guides are immediately telling me is it's time for you to dream bigger. There is this next chapter, this next leap that you're getting called to make. And right now they're showing me that what you're doing with your work is it's not valuing your time and your energy. You have so many more gifts to give and you have so much more to give. But there's this element of like, recognizing how worthy and deserving you are of more. There's this like next level that's starting to become available for you. So letting yourself dream big around what if I were to allow myself to have more? And what would that look like? Your guides are saying you're really playing it small. And they're also showing me that there's this tendency to overgive of your time and energy to people who don't deserve it. And now it's time to take your power back and again, allow yourself to dream about a career opportunity that's going to let you receive more. They're showing me like an emphasis on more money, more resources, something that's going to let you receive back what you give to your work. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. And something too that's going to be more rewarding. The way that your soul energy comes through to me, you have to feel like you're making a difference and an impact with the work that you're doing. And if you don't feel that way, it's like so misaligned. So your next career opportunity needs to feel like, whoa, this feels really rewarding to me and I feel like I'm making a difference. So does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any specific questions around any of that?
Is there any like specific area that highlights that maybe it would be in my highest good? Like
Yeah.
a specific type of career or anything that would be very specific?
Something that involves either women and or children that's going to give back to women and or children. Does that make sense with the line of work that you do?
It does.
Okay, awesome. You need to feel like they're showing me either that mothers specifically and their kids are getting the benefit of the work that you're doing and that you're able to, again, you are able to receive something in return for that.
Wow, this all feels very spot on.
Great. Good. What do you do for a living? Just out of curiosity. Helps me.
Well, actually, I took a step away from my corporate career and took some time off. And I'm in transition, but I've actually been learning a lot about the maybe the mother-daughter dynamic.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yep.
psychology. So everything you're saying is just it's all making perfect sense and alignment.
Awesome. So yeah, I feel like and back to what I was saying before about dreaming bigger for yourself. Deciding whether I want to go off on my own or work for an organization that gives back to that, mother-daughter dynamic. Those are sort of your options. And I think your guides want you to really tune into which is going to feel more rewarding for me and where am I going to feel like I'm getting the most reward back in terms of my effort. And maybe that's not working for someone else, but I think you still need to decide what you want to do.
I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment and disconnect from Meredith's records and her energy. Thank you. All right, who's next? This is
All right,
fun.
we're going to take some more live callers. And just as a reminder, if you do join the Hot Lounge, we do take priority access with that. So if you want more information about the lounge, we'll talk about that after Emily's session, by the way. All right, Jennifer, you're up.
Hello.
Hello.
So my name's Jennifer Kubalak, and I was born in Columbus, Ohio. And similar, my question is around career, but I want to start hosting retreats and just leaning into that leadership role. I resonated with the last few too of like taking up space and yeah, all of these things.
Amazing. And before I open your records, I want to say one quick thing for everyone in this group, even if you don't get a reading, whenever people get pulled for things like this, the readings tend to benefit a bunch of you. So just know that you're still getting the benefit of the energy work that's happening in these readings just by listening. So anyway, Jennifer, do I have your permission to open your Akashic records?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Give me one moment to do that. Oh, Jennifer, I'm automatically getting some throat stuff going on for you, so we'll see what that's about in just a second. Akashic Record Keepers, please open Jennifer's Akashic Records in perfect accordance with what she needs for her highest good and healing. Okay, so two things we need to work on clearing, and I'll do a little bit of mini energy work with you to help heal some of this. So, number one, there's a bit of a sisterhood wound for you that's blocking you from the retreat process. They're showing me there's a little bit of fear around hosting and holding space for a group of women. There's like a little bit of fear around, can I do this? And also, will I attract the right people into the group that I want to be hosting and holding space for? There's a little bit of nerves around like, are the right women for me going to step forward? And also, will I be able to give them what they want out of this experience? So they're the guides, again, they're emphasizing that playing it small piece, and they are bringing forward, there's some stuff going on in your throat chakra around, there's a little bit of an invisibility wound here. So when it comes to groups of women, they're showing me it's easier for you to stay in the background. It's easier for you to kind of be more of the observer in the friend group versus the one who is, the most loud and the one with the biggest personality. And trust me, I am totally the same way, so I can relate to all of this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask your guides now to facilitate some throat chakra clearing for you, and to release any veils that you may be hiding behind when it comes to your business and your work, and to help you release and let go of some of the wounding around holding space for a group of women and what that could mean about you. Just letting all levels of your consciousness and all levels of you know that it's safe for you to hold space for a large group of women. They're showing me there's a part of you that doesn't feel safe with and being in a large group of women, especially in person, that does come from some of your past lives. So we're just going to ask your guides to clear that and let that go. And Jennifer, just checking in with you, is all of this resonating so far with what I'm sharing?
Totally.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. By the way, everyone, I channel light language and I can't control my hands. So sometimes the hands just start moving, and this is just some light language that they're sending to you, Jennifer, and anyone else in this group who identifies with this. And what they're showing me, Jennifer, is that there are so many women that love you and they love your work, and they would just be overjoyed to be invited to an experience with you, especially one in person. So you do have the community, do have people in your corner who would love to be invited about this. So your guides are saying, like, it's okay to just let go of the fear, and it's okay to just let go of some of the apprehension that you might have around it not working out or not going well. You do have the capacity and the gift and talent to be able to do this. So,
Yeah, I had a client ask on Friday about like, can you send me your rates and all these things? And I froze. I was like, what is happening here? Because it's
yes.
a moment of like, okay, am I going to step up?
Mm-hmm. 100%. So this should help that. This should help kind of, we're removing some veils around you so that you are starting to feel more confident about putting your work out there and also inviting people to step into working with you.
Okay. Yeah, I've one of my triggers lately is just having like a complete opposite reaction. Like I agree so much with what you said about having so many people that are for it, but I've had the experience recently of just two people that really aren't, and it's giving me that information of, okay, now I know what not a good fit looks like, but I'm still working through like letting that go kind of thing.
And what your guides say in response to that is you are going through a bit of a business up level where people who are not a vibrational match are kind of being shaken out. And that's just a normal part of moving up in the business world. And it's a good thing because it just means that people who aren't aligned are going to fall away. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah, I'm excited for you. There's like so much energy, heightened energy around this. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm just going to
Yeah,
take a moment
that was
to
beautiful.
disconnect from Jennifer's energy and close her
Do you want to take one on
record.
the
Okay.
All right, we're going to take one of the ones on the chat now.
Hi, Christina. Christina Caston. I think she's also on the line too, but she wrote in, and if you are on the line, you can unmute yourself, but she's 57. Great success.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So we've got Christina Caston, and I believe she's on the line as well. She can unmute herself, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay, good.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
I'm so excited speaking to you.
I'm excited to speak to you. What's going on, Christina?
Well, I've been blocking my success. I've been told for a long time because of lack of self-worth, and I keep working at it. But I just like, I am at the bottom of my life. For like when you shed everything, and go forward. And so there I am now. But I just want to know that I have really done this now, because it's just things happening all the time, and I'm not sure. I'm at crossroad also to where to go, and I know what I want, but I don't know really. There's so many things I know I can do, but I don't know which really where I should go from
Where to
now.
focus on. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And do I have your permission to open your Akashic records?
Yes, you do.
Beautiful. Give me one moment. Akashic record keepers, please open Christina's Akashic records in perfect accordance with what she needs for her highest good and healing. Amen. So Christina, they're immediately showing me lots of white flowers around you. So just be on the lookout for white flowers from your guides as a symbol to know that they are around. And the other thing that I want to say, Christina, is they're making a reference to a male person in your life. This person does seem to be a younger age where there is a need to sort of reconcile the relationship with that person. Do you know who that would be for you?
No, not
Okay.
younger. No.
Okay. Is there a male person in your life where there's a conversation that you need to have, or there's some unspoken words, or there's just like a need to sort of reconcile and get on the same page?
I'm not sure. I got the family, different, people in my family, that there's been issues, and
Yeah.
one, I never spoken to them about the issues, but one of them I'm clear with. The other one I'm still, still wondering stuff.
I see what you're saying. So in response to that, your guides are saying they want you to take these messages from this session with you, and we're just planting the seed for now to see where there could be a need in order to rekindle those relationships again. There's sort of a message around those family members wanting to be part of your life again, and that family support being a big part of the process for you, and just starting to feel like you have more people in your corner. Because they're showing me a sense of aloneness right now, almost like you feel in this rock bottom moment that you're going through that you don't have a lot of people in your corner, and that creating some tension because you're like, well, who do I have to support me? Who is there? Who's going to be able to help me through this? And opening up those doors again with some of those family members is going to give you the peace of mind in order to be able to move forward in a lot of ways. So I do want you to keep that in mind, but I want to tune into what's sort of coming down the pipeline for you and what to look forward to next. So give me a moment here. So your guides are making a reference to really being at peace with where you are right now, even though it feels really challenging. They're showing me this energy of like, I want to get out of this. Like, I want things to get better. I'm so done with this. But they're saying in order to move forward, you actually need to be at peace with the process and be at peace with what's sort of going on right now. Because when you do that, you're actually going to get the clarity that you need in order to move forward. When you're sort of in this energy of like, I don't like where I am right now, I want to get out of it, I'm so uncomfortable, and all of that, it actually creates resistance to being open to the guidance that your spirit guide team wants to be able to support you with. So they're showing me like actually slowing down and really going slowly through this sort of process of clearing, this process of peeling back the layers, because what that's going to do is it's going to help you really rekindle the relationship with yourself. So yes, we need to rekindle relationship with family members. So that's part of it. But ultimately, what they're showing me your biggest block is right now is rekindling the relationship with yourself and letting yourself feel supported by you so that when you really feel like I know me, I know who I am, and I can support myself on all levels, that's when you're really going to start to feel more confident and you're going to feel the freedom to be able to move forward.
Oh, that's great. Just a small question about what you
Yes.
said about the family. The thing is, I do speak to them. It's not that I don't speak to them. So we have, it's not, I don't have anyone in my family that I don't speak to. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Not clear on the message. Let me get some clarity for you around that.
Yeah.
Christina, this may be some future information for you, something that has not come to pass yet. I'm not predicting like drama or something
No, no,
that's going to
no.
unfold. I don't want you to worry about
No, no,
that.
no, 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 no.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like there may be something that happens that's what, and you are going to need to be the glue for your family in order to bring everybody together.
Yeah, well, that could be if something happens to my mom. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see. Yep.
Mm,
That makes sense.
mm.
So yeah, just really leaning. And here's the thing, like it's different for everybody. Some people we really need to lean on our family. For some of us, we need to separate from our family. And they're
Yeah,
showing me for you, Christina, like really leaning on your family and letting them support you and support you through this process that you're going through is going to reap rewards because there are going to be things that happen where there could be some sort of breakdown in the family unit. And
yeah.
by pulling people together now, it's going to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Okay, so I should get closer to them now or get that, accept that
Yes.
closeness now, you mean?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I
You're
do worry
welcome.
about my mom. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And I'm not saying I mean, there's nothing that you need to worry about that's immediate, but the guides are just saying like bringing people together and just having
Yeah,
conversations with people now is really going to it's really going to benefit all of you in the long run.
yeah,
So
exactly. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you very much for that help and
you're
assistance.
welcome. You're so
That's
welcome.
lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me close your Akashic records and disconnect from your energy. Okay, perfect.
All right, and Ashar, you are up next. I hope I pronounced your name right.
You can unmute.
If you can unmute yourself, that'd be great.
All right. So yeah, I just want to know if I could possibly see my son again. It's my first and only child, so I don't know. I ain't seen him since like after Thanksgiving and stuff.
And I see that you wrote in the chat, I have a son. Okay, beautiful. So thank you so much for stepping forward because I am excited to help you with this and see what your guides have to say. So do I have your permission to open your Akashic records?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Give me one moment to do that. Akashic record keepers, please open Ashar's Akashic records in perfect accordance with what he needs for his highest good and healing. Amen. And please clear any interferences, known and unknown. Okay, so the first thing that they're showing me is that you actually have a lot of anxiety and worry about this. They're showing me that, and in life in general, you really live life from your head. And so, and I don't know, that may be keeping you up at night. There may be some just worry that comes up for you in the middle of the night and you have trouble sleeping. But they're showing me like, there's so much going on in your head. We need to get you out of your head and into your heart, because there actually are some feelings and some emotions and there's some pain there. And I'm starting to have a little bit of an emotional response coming up to this, where there's some pain that you've been avoiding feeling around this situation. And again, we need to get you out of your head and into your heart so that you can start to feel how much this situation has really been affecting you. There's a lot of sadness and grief related to that. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I got anxiety from it, and plus I'm insomniac. So, but I think it's and that's where it's coming from as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me see here what's going on in the situation. Is there a female person that's keeping you from being able to see him and being able to spend time with him?
Yeah, man, it's like the mother of my child.
Yeah.
It was a crazy situation. She had 10 kids. No, she didn't have 10 kids. She was been in a relationship with a man for 10 years. And then she left him. She acted like she left him to be with me and gave me my first child. Stopped letting me see him. And I hope y'all can see this. Y'all can see this? Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. I beat every charge. He put a falsified charge on me for financial
Yeah.
stability.
I
You
was
see, I
gonna
beat
say.
every charge.
Yeah.
Dismissed every charge. So
Wow.
certain things. So I did this because it's like some women don't know. I don't understand how women is women, but they don't understand that some women that do men foul or for the love of money.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry
at the
this is
end of the day,
happening to you. This is
know what I'm
awful.
saying? So at the end of the day, all she had to do was just keep it real with that dude, let him know that he ain't the father.
Yeah,
Know what I'm saying? Instead of
100%.
cheating on him, having a baby with me, and try to throw me under the bus because she can't get his financial stability if he ever find out that the child's not his. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
take a person down and all that. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm going through. But that's what I like to say when people are like, "Yo, you the chosen one, the chosen one." You ain't the chosen one if you ain't do this. You ain't be
Yeah.
the falsified charges
My
everyone
goodness.
dismissed. If you ain't do that, you're not chosen. I mean, that's
Yeah.
chosen. Somebody try to put a falsified charge on you and you beat it with a public defender. And he was
Yeah.
a Caucasian man, and I beat the case. That's being chosen. Somebody try to lie on you and they couldn't take you down because you're a great soul. That's chosen. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So like
what
that's
I
crazy.
what I want you to be aware of is that you are doing your part to get reunited with your child again. And I know it's not happening today, it's not going to happen tomorrow, it's not going to happen next week, but what you are doing right now, the actions that you are taking are exactly what you need to do in order to get that relationship back again, in order to
Can I say the one thing and then y'all could go to the next person? I'm the
Yeah.
youngest out of 10 kids. My mom's had 6 girls, right? My mom's first two children come from my father. Her second 2 children come from another man. She went back to my father and had another child. Then went to another man, had a whole child by him. Then had three kids by this other dude, and then I come. So after 9 children, she had
Wow.
me, the 10th child. Same way my mom put my stepfather on my birth certificate and did my father on is the same way it's coming around in this situation. But I still won in the situation because I still went to family court. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, even though they dismissed it because they reneged, I asked for an extension on the court date. The lady charged me for the time that I got dismissed. If I asked for extension that means it's supposed to carry on, and I made that court date. Being that the lady was a woman, she dismissed it from the previous court date. So she reneged because you're not supposed to go back on your word. So at the end of the day, but I still won because I did what my father didn't do. He should have
Yes.
what's the name? He could have if he would have went to the court system on my mom's and then he would have been able to be on my birth certificate, I wouldn't be going through this now. So that's what a generational curse is. So a lot of people
Ashar.
say generational
Yeah.
curse this, generational curse that, but don't know how to live it or break it down. I'm actually going through that, and I broke it down. I broke the
So
cycle.
that's the thing, like you are fighting back against that ancestral energy and you are doing the healing on behalf of all of your ancestors. I know that's a hard place to be in. I know it's extremely uncomfortable and it's not easy, but your guides are showing me like you know what you need to do and you are doing it. And you should be so proud of yourself for that because
Yeah, of
you
course I
will,
am. I just broke down something that no human
yeah,
being could break down and live it. It's one thing to
100%.
break something down, but live it and can show it and pinpoint it and know exactly where it
Ashar.
come from and be able to say boom boom. I'm that. I'm a Libra. I'm a September Libra. So that's what we do. Libra's in the word
Ashar,
library.
Hell yeah.
it's
So that's what we do.
Yeah,
it's your
thank you.
experience that the way in which that you chose your parents that allowed for you to have this experience and to, in your words, beat it, right? So there's a sense of gratitude there for having that experience, for choosing the parents that you chose. It's a beautiful blessing because you are moving closer toward the goal of seeing your child again.
All right, take it easy. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. I'm going to take a moment to disconnect from Ashar's energy and close his Akashic records. And Ashar, just one last thing. I just feel really called to tell you your son loves you so much. And I want you to leave here with that knowingness. Like, he's so grateful that you chose him to be his dad. So, okay. Who's next?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Emily, I want to give everyone the special offer link. You guys, I'm going to put that in the chat. And as soon as I can find the chat.
She had it all ready to go.
I know. I was like, this time I'm bringing up the chat first. All right. It is in the chat, and I'm going to open it up so you all can see it.
And Emily, why don't you take us through this really special offer that you put together for the audience today to work with you? This has been a phenomenal, rapid round, but to go deeper, this is the way in which they can go deeper with you, and just tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my multidimensional meditation library, and I personally really love guided meditation experiences for doing my own internal work and for connecting with my own spirit guide team, and also how these experiences have helped me unlock my own psychic and intuitive gifts in such a deep, profound way. So I have this whole meditation library of guided meditations that you can do yourself that will help introduce you to all the different beings on your spirit guide team, do some third eye clearing, do some energy clearing, do some subconscious release work in order to help release some of the blocks that I've brought forward to some of you today. So it's a really cool experience that you can do on your own time. And there's so many goodies in there. So I would love for you to check that out.
Yeah, so you guys, this is 20 some meditations. 20. So if you're like me that's obsessed with various meditations and listen to them at night, this might be something that you want to look into. This is not just a small little package, and I don't feel like she gave it that much justice. She's like, here, just look at it.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
But it's really profound. They all come with binaural beats. If you're like me, sometimes it takes a lot of, I don't want to say it takes a lot of my energy, but at the end of the evening, to sit down and do a meditation, sometimes I can't settle down, and I kind of like to have things be a little more passive sometimes, but and really utilize that at that time. So I love this idea of being able to just have this kind of, be with it in the background, settle myself down, and then allow the healing and the meditation to do its part, because we don't have to do it all ourselves. And Emily has really put it together to where we can have that self-healing through these types of 20 different meditations, all set to binaural beats.
And very different. They're all very different.
That's what I think is really cool.
There's connection, there's grounding, there's protection, there's cleansing, guidance, a third eye. One of the things I wanted to talk about, third eye, that was one of my yoga teachers when we were in Shavasana. She always had us focus on our third eye. And she said, this is what will develop your intuition. And by gosh, I know that it did. because I didn't really think I was even connected before I was doing yoga in like 1999. So I think third eye and opening up that clairvoyant vision, a pre-reading meditation. If you're going to get readings from Emily, is in here. Higher self connecting to the beyond, gatekeeper, meet a spirit meditation. I mean, these are,
There's
and
a
they are
lot.
good. They're a lot. Emily, what do you find is your favorite of this group here?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I would say there's actually a really great money blocks meditation that's really profound. And there's also a past life meditation. So for those of you,
Oh,
yes, who are interested in going back to discover your past lives, there's that in there. So they're all fun. They're all cool.
and
I'm
they all
obsessed with
work
all of them.
together, wouldn't you say? Like one supports the other, so you can kind of jump
Yep.
around to what you feel like you need at the time, but then migrate to those other ones that, because they all interconnect and support each other.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And the profound thing too is because I use these meditations to support my one-on-one clients as well. They tell me that the first couple of times they give these meditations a try, they're like, I'm sort of receiving a little bit of something. I'm getting a little bit of something from my guides. And then they keep going back to them again and again and again. And they find themselves opening up and really getting more in-depth, more detailed, more clear guidance from their spirit team. So I know these meditations work, and I have seen that as you continue to work with them, you're really going to find your intuitive gifts beginning to open up as well. So,
Thank you, Emily. The link is in the chat. If you're watching the replay, it's somewhere on this page. Oh my goodness. I just want to say something about meditation in general. As a hypnotherapist myself, and we're interviewing a clinical hypnotherapist this afternoon.
I love Lindsay. She's amazing. You guys are going to have a great time.
Hey,
Yes.
Lindsay. Great.
Yes. Yeah.
But so one of the things about whether it's under the umbrella of hypnotherapy or under the umbrella of meditation is I found that it takes me into a state where I can literally change my brain
And that's, yeah.
for the good and, for forever kind of thing. And so I just wanted to, I don't know, there's my ramble about it. I wouldn't be where I am today without meditation, without hypnotherapy, without access consciousness, which you'll experience on this as we do our session. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go into it. But I just feel that meditation in general, like it lowers our vigilant system. It keeps us out of our head, like we were talking about with Ashar.
Sure.
That it takes you from that head to your heart. And so that you can just, well, one, be a better person, and two, so that you can really create in the flow of consciousness.
So you can hear the messages that consciousness is you can receive the messages that consciousness is trying to give you, right?
Your angels can get a word in edgewise, man.
Yeah. So
To
true.
drop
right?
into your heart.
Absolutely.
Thank you for putting together such a phenomenal package.
And Emily, we are saddened that you do have to leave at the top of the hour, but we are very grateful to have had you for this whole time. Will you come back and visit with us again?
I will. This has been so fun. Thank you
Yay.
all.
It really has.
Yes. And for everyone who didn't receive a reading today, I'm sorry I didn't get to you in time, but just know that you still received the benefit of some of the energy that everyone else on the call did. And come find me, follow me on Instagram. I'm Emily the Mystic, and we can absolutely schedule a reading for you so you can get on my calendar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome. Thank you all. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you. All right, you guys. So today, Lianka and I, during this hour break between our next person, Lindsay Robinson, who you are going to love. I mean, she is really, really spectacular at how she communicates hypnotherapy, NLP, and how it changes your brain.
And talk a little bit about that, Jenith, changing the brain. the reason why we have the pineal gland, the third eye, it's, depicted in various different symbolism in ancient, artifacts is because it's so profound for how we create true change. And it overrides the programming that we come in with for forgetting. And it helps us to, again, remember who we truly are and the divinity that we are. How have you used those energies and the methodologies that you use to do that?
Yeah, so how I look at it is when the brain goes into a deeper state, whether it's an alpha or delta or theta, when it's in that deeper state, then you're able to rewire things. Like literally what fires together wires together. So if you have, a constant pattern or habit of doing something, you literally have in your brain put together like, okay, I have this law of association with this energetic experience, right? So for example, say you think of your favorite restaurant. And when you're in that restaurant, you just have this great experience. So you become in a pattern to almost want to keep going back to that restaurant, right? Well, that's how the brain works. If you fire with an energetic emotion in the synapses of your brain, it literally gets wired together so that you keep wanting that same thing over and over again. Well, this is great for good things, but that also happens with not so good things in your reality, right? So when you go into meditation, like Emily's program or someone else's program, or specifically hypnotherapy, that's when you get to change some of those synapses. So if you're not liking how you're doing things around money or food or relationship, then you can rewire the brain when it's in these deeper states where it's receptive to being rewired, basically. And I've done this over and over and over again. Fear of public speaking, we've done, fear of social media. I have a whole hypnotherapy session on why I wouldn't be consistent on social media. So, we've done like all these ranges from something like dental problems to, really wealth and money and social media and relationship and connection. So I just wanted to, to say that and say that just about meditation in general. I want to stop the recording for Emily here now. And you want to record this? Let's go ahead and record this session, you guys. So today, I'm going to lower everyone's hand. And I want to tell you a little bit about what we both do, how we do it, and I want to kind of take you on a journey to really get you to change. And we both also do quote readings. I do what we call access consciousness processing within it, which is just opening the door for question, opening the door for you to ask a question, but then we go into question to clear it and change it. And it's not the easiest thing to describe without actually giving it a try. So if you're looking to change something in your life, Lianka can do something similar to what Emily does. She goes into your Akashic records and does this reconfiguration from who you were in the past. And then my work is more about hitting you right in the moment, asking you what exactly you want to change, and then doing some energetic processes so that you can change it. And then for longer things, we have other tools and things like that. So if you have something that's going through your mind, through your life, and you would like to give this a try, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Lianka, why don't you talk a little bit about how you do your work?
So in two parts, I became an Akashic Records facilitator just because, honestly, the spiritual awakening that I had was very similar to Emily's. I had always had this very big connection to spirit. I wrote my, high school thesis on, my college thesis on various different religions. I was raised with all of them. And I can talk a little bit more about my backstory, but really what happened is that I have these really strong dreams, lucid dreams. And in one of my lucid dreams, I saw the word R&B, and I had already been working with Akashic Records. Now, to me, R&B means hip hop. I worked in hip hop, but it also meant the word record. As far as like a music record, but I knew exactly what that word and guide word was telling me. So what I do is I now have studied the work of Akashic Records. I do use the pathway prayer, which is taught by Linda Howe, and she helps people with this type of pathway prayer. She's written several books. You can look her up as well, and what she has, her whole premise is that there are certain things that we have done in maybe past lives, things that are in our current life, and places where we have unconscious blocks, places where we create these things, these energetic blocks, or these processes and programming that come in with us at birth. And that we are really trying to work through in this lifetime. Most of them are lessons. They can come in the form of, our teachers come in the form of other people. They come in the form of jobs. They come in the form of not getting jobs. They come in the form of not receiving money, or receiving money and losing money. So and in health. So what we are able to do through the Akashic pathway process, and now in a new upgraded version, since we are now changing with the with the change of the new earth, our DNA is being upgraded. So has the information that we can access through the Akashic Records and through the guide map from records. So basically what these things tap into those energy, those tiers, to help us see and receive the information in a totally different way. And what's the important thing about this, and it's also what I HT, which is quantum healing technique, actually is the word we use now. Thing about this work in bridging them and in working with the new DNA upgrade is the fact that we all change ourselves. So this is the process in which we receive the information, or I'll receive the information about you, but it is you that is providing the information. It's you in form. And the same thing for quantum healing hypnotic technique, in which we just get to a very deeper part for your connected part, that because a portion of our energy comes into our bodies here on earth. The other part is there. That was able to lead us and to really give us that information. There's been people that have lost weight, have got a whole new career, and learned. Miraculous things happen when of your own self, healing yourself. So that's a little bit of, in a nutshell, the fast version. And it used to be that only these really high priestesses or these, mystic teachers could access this information. Now, because we are bringing the earth into the new earth, we now have access to this information, and we have it in rapid time. So that's just one of the ways in which I facilitate.
It should have been longer. All right. Well, let's take some callers, and guys can experience this work. So, Christina, you're up.
Christina says, I love listening to these topics. I believe so much in this. It's interesting to hear stories.
There she is.
Hi.
Hi, Christina.
I was going to unmute, not put the video on. I love this, I really believe that we have this, that we are here to learn, to grow as souls and all that. So I find it just amazingly interesting, I also find it interesting just that it comes to health issues, many times like we can see a child, who's scared of flying or scared of a lizard, but they've never seen a lizard, they've never been on a plane, so it's so anything that can be shared, that your knowledge, whatever, I just love it, it's
Do you have a question, like specific?
well,
Do
the
you have
only
a
question
phobia?
would be health, that I don't understand. Since many, many years, I have so much problem with my stomach. I mean, severe pain, and I just, nobody can say what it is. I go to the doctors and they say, oh, it's a little bit inflammation, but I really don't believe it's that, and somebody mentioned something, it was about another life, but I never got it clear, and I just got immense problems. I just have more pain than a non-pain, so to speak, and that's very frustrating because I don't know how to get to it.
Yeah, I can get, so do you want to go first with her?
Go ahead.
Okay. So my first question would be, when did this start, the stomach thing?
Well, actually, as I can remember, for so many years, I'm 57, is like I can remember, even when I was, in my 20s, I remember I had problems with the stomach, so it's been a long time, but it just seems to
Okay,
be
so
getting
to
worse.
just kind of go with me here,
Yeah.
what happened when you were 18, 19? It doesn't have to be related to stomach, just go into what happened.
18, 19. Well, I moved abroad.
Okay.
I worked abroad, yeah. I started working abroad.
And did something significant happen when you moved abroad, that you hurt in some way?
No, not what I can remember then.
Was there some anxiety or some angst around having moved abroad? Maybe a separation from your family, or the unknown, maybe more of the unknown there. I'm
No,
really
I
getting
always
some
longed to
angst
move.
around.
That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
It
It's
seems that
aching. My stomach is really aching. Now when we speak, it's aching,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know
So,
that
well,
feeling.
let's just go into the field, and
Yeah.
everywhere where you've aligned and agreed or resisted and reacted to this change in your lifestyle back then, and it's still affecting you, would you be willing to stir in and create an entire day?
Yeah. Yes.
And take a breath. And all the places and spaces where you're trying to figure this out, and it's not necessarily figure outable, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate everything that is?
Yes.
Yes. And would you be willing now to allow your stomach to have a voice? And if it did, what would it say to you?
Yes, I like to have the voice. Yeah. It's hurting. It's just hurting.
Okay. So it hurts. And is there anything that with that hurt, it comes with any information at all?
No, not only. Well, people hurt me in my life. That's the only thing that
It's around hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's your homework and things to clear is to go. This seems to me, and I tried to get it to pull from you, but if I would just go in and say what it is, it seems to me that there is something with relationships, especially family, that is causing dis-ease. And that's where I would focus on first to see if that would change this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. But how do you change it? How do you heal it?
You heal it one relationship at a time, one connection at a time. If there's something you haven't forgiven, someone that you haven't forgiven, that might be the place to start. Leonka,
I feel like I
anything?
feel forgiven, but yeah.
Yeah, anything you've got to add?
No, I think that's really spot on. Also, really be with, and I'm really getting that instead of kind of getting mad at your stomach or the pain, really embrace the love and the information that is giving you, because our pain is information. So really ask the
Very nice.
pain to give you those messages, and send it so much love that it wants to give you the message, and send your belly so much love for what it's working through, because I'm also getting that there's a sense of protection for you, again, maybe protection around that angst at that time. Maybe it was something that you didn't want to look at or acknowledge at that time that Jeneth brought up, but and even now. So definitely give your pain that acknowledgement and love, very much love for all the information it's giving you, and then really be with it and be like, I know you're causing so much pain. I know you have so much to tell me. Please, please, please. I'm so grateful for the information that you give me. I'm ready to receive that now. And let it know that you're ready to receive it, that you hear it and you're ready to receive that message.
And while you were talking, I was also getting that you might be trying to change foods.
Yeah.
I also heard that too.
They're like, that's not it.
Yeah, that's
And and in fact, maybe you're overdoing that.
It's a lot.
I've tried
It's
everything, I've tried
Yeah.
everything, and it's like I thought there must be something else, and it's funny you saying what you're saying now, because last night I had so much pain, and I believe in self-healing, so I do self-healing, and I was holding my hands on my stomach, and I was asking it exactly what you were saying, so now you're
good.
confirming.
So you knew that.
So it's quite
And I mean, we've both gone through stomach stuff. So don't be too resistant to try something that's outside of energetic healing too. I went to an acupuncturist, and I had these bellies where my stomach would just like build up with air every afternoon. It was like, I call it my Buddha belly.
I know what exactly we're talking about.
Yeah. And they found that I had a parasite, and they basically gave me this little tincture of herbs that I took for like 3 days, and it never ever returned. So sometimes there is, and I mean, that can also be cleared, not necessarily through herbs, but sometimes there is direction to go.
Everything.
So be open.
I'm open to everything.
Perfect.
I like the idea for the acupuncturist and herbal medicine for you a lot. When she said that really opened up something for me. So, and I was even going to suggest tapping, but the acupuncturist. So basically, tapping is EFT, so emotional freedom technique.
I know that too. Yeah.
Okay, good. And so then that it resets those meridians. Now, if you're having the pain, you can just do the tapping. That helps me a lot. But I do like the idea of the acupuncturist more because it is the resetting of those meridians, but also but also adding in the herbal remedy for you as well, a lot.
Okay.
I'd make that appointment right away.
Yeah. I kind of feel like maybe that's what you should try next.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, ladies. That was lovely. Thank you for talking to me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So many questions, Veronica says.
Veronica, you're up.
Hi, thank you so much. There were so many things I could ask about, but I was like, well, I'll just ask this one question. I don't know if you already read it, but I work with severely mentally ill patients, male patients, and they're frequently restrained, because they're assaultive to themselves or their peers or the staff. And I would just love to learn other ways to help them, but I kind of have to do it without the staff knowing, because the culture is heavy duty pharmaceuticals and restraints. And so I would just love any guidance on
The
that, because
first,
yeah.
it's very beautiful and noble what you are, the undertaking that you are doing. The first thing I would suggest, and Jenith has a different viewpoint on this, so first thing I would say is, when you're doing this work, definitely put that, if you're energetic, if you're infinite light being, yes, you don't need protection, but sometimes we don't always remember we're infinite light beings always. So I say that, just when you're doing the work, first off, place your white light of protection around you, because that's a lot of energy that you are working with them, especially if they're also taking the sedatives so they don't always have control of their right mind. So these are free flying energies is what I'm getting. Is that landing first?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so that's really going to strengthen that for you. So putting that white light of protection, there's several different speakers that have a meditation that you can download to do that. You can join our lounge and we can walk with you through that. But again, putting that forth, so that's really going to strengthen that that energy work that you're doing with these inmates. Sorry, the male patients.
Mentally ill.
Sorry, male patients. Male patients. In my mind, I got both, is what I got.
Well, you're right, actually. Some of them are. So that was
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, okay, that's why, yeah. Okay, and so then, so that's going to strengthen that too, because then you have that their guides can help you with as well, without their energies coming so fast at you. Is that landing as well?
Yes, because I keep asking for like my guides or their guides to just help me out, to help them.
And then it's going to clear that space for you so that you're working in this space instead of this space. It's more of like a dance with their actual their guides. You can receive their messages. That's going to facilitate for them more peacefully, so that it flows into you as opposed being hit with. Because not a lot of people have been able to. Not a lot of people have even wanted to try this with them. So once they have that open, it's like, oh, great, someone's communicating with us, right? And so, but that could come so fast. And so you want it to be in your own dance with their information, as opposed to being hit with their information. And that just allows you to be a better facilitator for them. And don't also be really, really brave in your approach, right? So know that you have that, have it with courage, courage that you're going in and now you are dancing with their energies, as opposed to just, opening that lines of communication that was coming in very fast. And that you are very much this.
And you have to ask their energy for permission to work on them. So that would be one of the direct things. Both of those are direct things that I would think you probably are already doing. Veronica, what specifically do you do as far as energy healing, and what specifically do you want to change?
Well, right now, because I never really thought that I had any special abilities other than that intention. So right now, what I normally do is I send kind of like love and light from the divine or any guides that would be willing to help. And ones that basically are high frequency and maybe have a soft spot in their heart for the mentally ill, to send that light before I go see the patients. And that's basically all I've really done.
Yeah. So these are the beginning steps. I mean, all of this work is about connection, right? Going direct and connecting. And it doesn't matter, and you're correct, like asking for some of the higher divinity to come through. But it is just really can be that simple. It sounds like you're ready, and you're ready to start practicing it, or you wouldn't be asking these questions anyway.
That's where the courage guidance is coming from.
But I would like to destroy, and maybe we can throw some lightning bolts. Will you do one with me? Everywhere where there's a judgment in this reality about the mentally ill. Can we destroy and uncreate all those labels? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Woo!
Okay. Thank you.
That's a lot.
Let me just ask you this: is there further questions that you have to that you want to ask, Veronica, or you feel complete?
You know what? The only other one I would ask is, are you able to do the same thing from my own self-doubt in my ability to do it?
That's where that was
Yeah.
coming from.
Well,
Yeah.
and
You don't need it. I mean, you don't have to
yeah.
have the self-doubt, but she can do a clearing.
I do have a hypnosis on YouTube under I think it's my lives. You know, it's not remastered with the binaural beats and all the good stuff. It literally is me just script hypnosis. It's called doubt dusting. You know, if you enjoy it, you can get the remastered MP3 if you would like from the store. But that might be something that you could do tonight to help you with any doubt, because that's just doubt in general. Anybody that has doubt, they can go ahead and like retrain their brain through hypnosis, because believe me, I needed to myself. Many of these are created off of that. But some of the clearings around doubt, all the energy, space, and consciousness where you have had something in your world that you aligned and agreed with or resisted and reacted to because you felt wrong, would you be willing to destroy and create everything that is?
Yes.
Take a breath. And this will just work on the whole group here. Doubt is a distractor implant in the work that I do. So all the distractor implants, if I can speak today, around doubt and you doubting yourself and you doubting that you have these abilities when you actually know that you know that you know, would you be willing to destroy and create that? 1, 2, 3. Whew, and take a breath, and we'll do one more. And all the places and spaces in your reality where you've actually, doubt has become you, and that's a part of your identity. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate everything that is? And take a breath. Whew.
Ooh, that was a big one for a lot of people on the line. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Feels like the line just got clear. They're like, I'm a confident, energetic healer. Let's change the world.
Yes, I'm feeling that as a big yes for a lot of, like, everyone on here. And please know that you are this. You are a energetic healer. You are those, that which you wish to call upon. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Andrew, you're up. Andrew, you're up.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
I don't know why I have trouble unmuting, but yeah, so I really just got anxious as you were finishing up on that last one, but
because you knew you were next.
I don't know. It was really weird. But I need help on financial blocks, and what I mean by that is I overspend, and it's like I feel like I get it under control, and then all of a sudden it pops back up, and I just go crazy. And I also
so just kind of follow me with this. What's the value of doing this overspend? Because you're very clear that is the thing.
And
like,
what's your first name?
Andrew.
I'm sorry, your full name. Sorry.
Andrew B. Heinz.
Okay.
So I have kind of meditated on that for a while, and what I feel is that because that's how my parents showed me love, is that it's that connected. And
so you've now talked a little bit about the synapses in your brain, right? We don't have to go back to that from an energetic, but basically through the law of association, you have associated that when you spend, that's love. So everywhere where you've double binded together love and spending, would you be willing to destroy and then create that connection?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Take a breath. I'm going to actually do the access consciousness clearing here for whatever reason it comes up. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Whew, and take a breath. What's the value of holding on to that bond, that connection, when you actually know that it's not true? Did something come up when I asked that question, Andrew?
Other than just a habit,
Mm-hmm.
in the past, though, I didn't love myself, but I have come to a place where I love myself genuinely, and I know what that genuine love is. And I don't know, maybe it's just a habit now.
That is how the brain works. So how much, so this is going to take some grit a little to change this. This is something through hypnosis sessions you can change, right? Where people actually have gone from they don't see the value in making these extra purchases, especially when the double bond of love is no longer attached to it. So my question to you is, are you truly willing to change this?
Yes.
Okay. Anything that doesn't allow that, just store in and create. And take a breath. All right, round, good, bad, all nine, puck, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now what's coming up, Andrew?
I feel a little excitement that I can get through this. I've had to go through a debt relief company in the past, and I'm still paying that off. And I don't ever want to get in this position again. But I've realized over these last few months, if I don't change my behavior, it's gonna affect me in a bad way or continue that habit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is truly the value of creating more of a conscious life, one that's with more connection and coming from true choice. So anything that doesn't allow you to trust your knower within and come from true choice, would you be willing to join and create anything that is?
Yes.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel a little lighter?
Yes.
Great. Bianca, you have anything?
Yeah, so what was coming up for me was, is there a place where you feel that if you don't spend the money or buy yourself stuff or others things that you're not expressing the love? Ooh, and that might be tied to gifts that you've given. And gosh, I have to say it, but I am in your records, and I'm really getting that in a past lifetime, there was a way in which that you were a provider. There was a time where there was a lot coming for your land, and in the way in which that you had others make you feel more, had the people of your land feel secure, was providing for them no matter what those costs were. And that was in the way in which that they were going to protect the land. So everywhere where you still feel that you have to protect by providing and almost have a sense of allegiance to you through providing, even if it was outside of your means. Will you
Actually,
just try and create that?
yes, because in the
That's a good
past, I would, buy coworkers dinners and stuff like that because I don't know. I really didn't have the means, but also something came up was fear. I went through a time where I was very fearful of losing my job for years. And I think part of that was spending just in case. And the idea, because I am venturing out as an artist, a lot of the money spent was on art supplies. And that was that fear that if I have this and I get fired, then I can like really get into
Fall
this.
back on.
Yeah, and I think that's might be even blocking my ability in doing my art even now.
Because it's easy to, first of all, are you willing to part with and destroy and create that need for creating, allegiance to you from others by spending and protecting? We'll deal with that
Yes.
one first, yes. Ooh, take a breath. Okay, good. So then moving into the having the art supplies, buying the supplies is a busyness thing. So we think that we're actually working in our business or on our business, and for you, your business was the art and doing your art, actually doing the art. But as long as you're buying supplies, you're still staying busy. Can you follow me here?
Yes.
As opposed
Yes.
to doing the art. So what would it take to,
Mhm.
okay, still feel real secure?
Mhm.
Anything that doesn't allow that? Feel real secure in the things that you do have. Yeah, I have everything I need to do my art. I have everything I need to do my art. There's nothing more that I truly need to do my art. Destroy and create anything that's blocking that.
Yes.
Good, good.
Yes.
And then just start from that space. Do the clearing if you need to before you sit down and do some stuff. But just it's not for anybody else. The first time you pick up whatever it is, your utensils to do your art, you just be with the energy of it.
Okay.
It's not for anyone else's eyes for that first one. Now you'll probably surprise the hell out of yourself and be like, oh my gosh, what did I create here? Just pick it up and just be in the energy of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Let that magic pour through you. It's ready.
Beautiful. And Andrew, thanks for writing. He said that's a really nice note. So
Oh,
I appreciate
yay.
you sharing your
Yes.
story with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else?
Oh, and share the art because we want to see when you're ready. The first one is for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, pictures in the chat. No, I don't know if you can send
You
pictures
can
in the
send them
chat.
on the email though at team@hothustle.com.
team@hothustle.com. Who else would like to kind of explore things while we're here for this next half hour before Lindsay joins us? I would love to bring you on and see what changes we can create. Or if you want to type in your chat because you're shy, you can go ahead and do that. Do we have one here? Let's see. Yeah, we have a Dawn here. She says,
Yes, we do take questions from the chat. Let's see.
is Dawn still on the line? Yes, she is.
Dawn, you're up if you want to unmute yourself, or we can read your question too.
Yeah, let us know if I would rather work with somebody that we can speak with, if that's okay. And that might have been earlier too. So great.
If you're joining us, we are taking questions on live. We do a little bit of different work together and can help facilitate some change and create some space. So,
And while we're preparing for the next caller, and Tina raised her hand. Here we go.
hola, Tina.
Hello, Tina. You're up.
Hello. Whew, let me get breathe.
I feel like we all need to breathe.
Tina, what is your first and last name? And I guess your legal first and last name currently?
Tina Cooper. It's always been that.
Okay. It's a funny question to ask, but it asks for current.
It's a lifetime. Whew, I'm been going through grief for almost 2 years now. I lost my partner and my dad within 2 weeks period of time, but my partner I took care of for like years. And I've been doing really good, but I just feel, I think for my first time in my life, I'm trying to be me. And feeling so good at times, but then feeling so stuck, so lost. wanting to move, not knowing, like I know all so much. Like listening to this whole call, I feel like almost everything was for me. So many of the
Oh,
different things,
good.
because I feel like there's so many different avenues, and maybe it's because I'm a Libra and I just can't balance myself. I
I'm a
don't
Libra
know.
too.
There's a lot of Libra energy
Yeah, I
today.
know. And somebody else said they're a Libra. I'm October 1, by the way.
I'm
Just in
October
case you
6th.
want
I
to
love
send gifts
Libras.
on that day.
Yeah.
Mine's the third. Mine's the third. And I knew
Oh,
you were a
oh, you
Libra
know
too.
what? That was my mom's birthday.
Oh, really?
Hi,
Yeah,
Mama.
I'm in grief from my parents dying, so I totally get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
just,
so, but one of the things that came up
Ruben
for
says
me,
he's a Libra too. My
oh,
goodness. What's up,
fabulous.
Libras? Look,
We're
good
all about
energy.
the balance.
Yeah.
Tina, what came up when you asked your question was, were these people, were you almost relying on permission from them or one
I
of
was re-
them?
I was relying on trying to prove that they loved me and that
Okay.
I was worthy of love and to be seen. And like I feel like that's been my whole life journey. I'm on my 60th journey, and it's like, okay, now it's time to show you finally. But I don't know how to do that.
There's a process that I use to get back to what I called my knower. And and at the time I remember saying, oh, I'm back, right? Although, technically I was really different and more forward, but it goes like this. What is it that that I'm denying or refusing to know that I know? And if I wasn't denying and refusing to know this, what might I know? I know it's like a riddle or a rhyme, and you can do it in various different ways, but in general, it's what is it that I'm denying or refusing to know? And you can just stop there, right here, right? What is it that I'm denying or refusing that I know about this? And everything that is, would you store in and create? And take a breath. So, for example, if you specifically are focused on, I believe, right? Believing isn't the same as knowing. Like
Right.
you know, if you're a swimmer, you know you can swim a lap in the pool. You don't necessarily have the energetics of you believe you can swim a lap in the pool. That sounds like you might almost not make it, right? You don't say that, right? So when you go into and turn up that dial from that doubt is like way down there. It goes from doubt to I think I can to I believe to I know. So really, I think you're kind of playing with this dial to get back to your knower.
Yeah. I
So
think it's a lot to do with now that actually like in 2012 I had a near death experience, and woo, my whole world. Like when I tell stories or the things that have happened to me, I'm like, no, this is so unnormal. It's so not real. And Janice, actually, you helped me believe it. So 12, like in 2013, I found your show
oh,
when
great.
I thought I was just like the most Looney Tune out there.
Right.
And so I mean, I've been doing so much of the work per se, or what, and doing the healing process. And I know it doesn't stop; it just keeps on going. But at the same, like, it's really hard for me to be out in the real world with people that suck my energy, because I so give, and I'm just like I get out there and I'm woo, and then I'm like I can't even move.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's all collected like energetic judgment, for the lack of a better word.
Right, right.
So if you can just, notice first that they have that interesting point of view in their energetic field, that will help you also be in this world when everyone's judging you. Because it's like, nope, that does not belong to me. That does not belong to me. That's their interesting point of view. That's their, and then you can live in this world a little bit different. Actually, in about 2010, 2011, I was going through that myself, where I just felt like, I'd be like smothered. And I, just felt like I was just constantly in this collective judgment.
Yeah,
So that's something that might help with that. It's just energetic play, isn't it?
yeah, and I think I look at, like, my partner was the first person in my life that, even though he might not have understood me, he loved me unconditionally.
Mm.
And I miss his laughter.
Oh, I
miss
know.
I just like I felt like he was my person.
Yep.
He's not
He is
gone.
he's not,
there.
he's connect, he can
Oh, I
connect,
know
my
I
God.
know he is. I hear him all the time going, that's Mom.
Yes. I know you do.
Wow. But
That's
he's really
exciting.
connected. I mean, I think there's some people that when they transition, they do have to go off to get lots of healing, but he's right here. Like
You gave me full body chills. I know he is. Like, I feel like
he's
we have had
literally,
lifetimes
just like
together.
as you asked, he came into
he's
both of us.
Yeah.
I have chills all over my body because he's so
It's
present.
almost kind of like a condescending, like that she thinks I'm not there.
I know.
That would be him too. That would be him too.
It's like, isn't that funny that she would think I'm not here?
He's laughing. Yeah. It's really much
Yeah,
fun.
it's great.
Yeah, he was very honoring. And even my daughter always says, like, she misses
I gather that.
And yeah.
That's awesome.
We called him easy, but he wasn't necessarily easy.
Oh, funny. So that times where you hear him laughing or kind of giving you poking humor, those are really real times for you, and that is a real exchange that you'll have still. It's exciting. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Maybe I
just
needed to
know
hear
that.
too. Yep. Maybe I just needed to hear that because as much as I know it, I doubt it sometimes.
Well, see, that's why I said you just need to turn up that knower. I think you need to turn it up, Tina, in like every area of your life, just a little
part
bit.
Of my life.
Yeah.
I need to just chop off all the ropes or whatever I have going, zip ties, whatever, and just let it all go and just be me.
You need sticky notes around your house. Trust my knower, trust my knower, trust my knower, trust my knower.
Well, I'm help taking care of an older man right now, which is not my job. I need to get away from it. It's my mom's friend, and I've stepped into that because of the depression, whatever. But I know I'm not to be here. It's just like I don't know where to go because
Fabulous.
I want to move.
So I did get that. I got that sometimes that because you had such a big piece of your, I don't want to say personality, but your, who at the time you kind of associated with in your personality was that caretaker. And since they have since passed and it's the role. Since that role is not necessarily required of you, so that would make sense that you've picked it up again. But you also know that there's something really bigger for you. So do not hesitate. Don't hesitate is what I'm getting to stepping into that. So do wherever you need clearings, whatever assistance you need. You can work with the different people that we have on the speakers. But the other thing I'm getting too was that. You said stuck, and so what immediately entered my mind was that because that role was so defined for you, the caretaker role, that the next step is not as clear, and that's just a belief that you have. That's just an old belief that's no longer required of you in that way. So you can be a caretaker of yourself. It's okay. It's okay, is what I'm getting, and even your partner is laughing because you know that to be true. You just haven't really you hadn't really done that in the way that you'd like to. Give yourself that permission, and you can ask your guides on your other side to assist you with that too.
Yeah.
When you said that, I knew you were going to say that before you said it. That he was going to say that.
I knew she was going to say that too.
Rise up, girl. Get up. Rise up.
Yeah. But that's where the stuckness is coming from, is because that you were so used to and accustomed to that role, that taking that next step isn't as clearly defined in your mind, as the caretaker. But you can utilize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it started in childhood because I was the oldest kid and my parents got divorced. I moved with my dad to prove to my sisters that he loved us, but my dad moved with other people. So it's like I searched my whole life for love. And, I found Mike, but then I realized Mike and my dad were the same. And then it was so weird because when they passed, I was doing it. I don't know if you know, Lee Carroll that does Chiron, does a channel thing.
Kind
the
of.
night before my dad passed, I was listening to one of his channels in the background and I heard Michael Thomas. Well, my dad's name is Thomas and his name's Michael.
Oh,
the next morning I get a call saying my dad passed. And I'm like, it was them because I searched to find that channel. It's not there. Like it doesn't exist.
I love it.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny how spirit can kind of get in? I mean,
Oh, I have that
it'll
all
get
the
to
time.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think part of it is I want to be me. I have Janice, actually years ago I found it. I sent you some pictures from some stuff that happened to me. But on our cameras, I had some really strange, and to this day I don't know what it is. It's some kind of light energy that it's egg shapes and forms and electric goes, and it's just amazing. But I have so
Cool.
much unbelievable stuff that then when I start sharing, I go to that. I don't go like pee steps. I go, hey, you want to see my crazy pictures? Instead of letting people understand that, hit them a little slower, don't go way out there. Like the picture I have on here right now is the dragon. Like if you can see the picture I showed up here on Zoom, it looks like a dragon face, and then there's another one flying. It looks like somebody's riding like a girl on a dragon, and then
It
there's
does
another
look
one.
like a dragon, doesn't it?
That came up. Mike always collected dragons. 3 days after he died, that came up in the sky.
Girl, you are here by no accident. I'm going to tell you that. Keep joining us. It's fun to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll let you guys go.
Thank you.
Thank you for your words of wisdom.
Thank you. All right, Kim, you're up. Kim Schmidt. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Schwent. It's Kim Schwent. My maiden name is Hedrick. Kimberly Renee Hedrick.
Great.
Married.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Do you have a specific question?
It's funny because I've been sitting here. I'm like, what's my question? So it's interesting. So I've been on this long healing journey for I was in an accident in 2000. What was it? 13, 14. So I've been on this long healing journey, and it's when you get out, I know healing's ongoing, it never ends, right? It's there's always layers and layers and layers. But it's at what point do you is it enough healing that you move on? It's okay, I'm done with this.
So stop. So let me say something about that.
Okay.
This onion layer thing is not necessarily always true. And if you buy in and believe that it is, and there's something in your world that actually feels that is, then you will continue to create your reality that way. There is a time where you are, for lack of a better word, where you are. I'm not going to say healed. I'm not going to say, you just have to go, oh, this is where I am today. And if there's something to change, then you go and you work on changing it, you work on clearing it. But at some time, you've got to get to the point that I'm just this is what I am. So does that help a little bit get you kind of in a different place around this? I just want you, I don't really buy into this always, there's more. But you can if you really want to. Sorry, but go on. I mean, I feel like I kind of interrupted your question or interrupted what you're actually saying. I just wanted to say that because I feel like it's important for us to look at things like that.
Yeah.
For the whole audience. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for a while it kept me stuck. I was just there's just more healing. There's more healing. I have to do this. I have to do this before I can do this. And now I feel like I'm starting to do the other thing, but it's as I'm doing the other thing, it's there's more healing. There's more layers of healing. There's more stuff coming up to go through. So it's almost like a step. I don't want to say a step back, but it's just a step to go to launch forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what is next for you? What healing are you working on next? Or change, energetic change?
I feel like a total shift from everything that I was into something into something completely new and different. Does that make sense?
So you're looking to move from possibly how you've defined your identity to shifting to being almost undefined. Is that
maybe?
Kim, is
Maybe.
there,
Yeah.
let me, if you may, and is there specific something that is irking you or that you're wanting to shift? I feel like there's something that you might be dancing around.
It just feels like I'm just like ready to like upgrade up level,
Okay.
but then there's like pieces that like pull me back in, like from, I
Okay.
mean, like in every aspect of my, like in every aspect from
Okay.
like
Okay.
money, business, like family, like
Okay.
relationships, like everything. It's just like, okay, I'm ready to like upgrade up level. And it's like these like pieces, like
Oh
these
yeah.
entanglement just kind of like pull you. And it's like, wait a second, let me get a higher awareness. Let me get a higher picture
Maybe
of
we
this.
do a whole thing
Let's
for
just
Mm-hmm.
get
everyone
Yeah.
launched
around this.
forward.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That
Do you
makes
want to
sense.
do? I feel called to do something to just create a bunch of spaciousness right now, almost so that more information can be received, not just for you, but for the whole audience.
Mm-hmm.
So, what energy space and consciousness can our bodies be that would open the door for total clarity and ease for the next spaces and places that we want to go? Anything that doesn't allow that, would you destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And take a breath. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to receive the true knower within you with total ease? Anything that doesn't allow that, would you store and uncreate? Take a breath. And for all of you on the line that are playing right here in this energetic field, I want you to tap in to that one thing that you think you're fighting, that one thing that you think you're resisting right now. And we are going to shine the biggest freaking light on that in just a second. So get it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Would you be willing to demand a change around this, whatever that is for you? Demanding change? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Last week on the session, I was saying that I, had an instant manifestation, and I had lost my, one last Audi car key, and I called Audi to see what it would take for me to replace this car key. And I threw one of those energetic bombs, and then I just naturally needed to go to the bathroom, and I had looked every single place for these keys, and I just naturally felt like, okay, well, I threw the bomb, it's gonna show up. And then I was like, all right, done with that. And I went to the bathroom, and I literally picked up a book off of my husband's reading kit, or shaving kit.
Shaving kit, uh-huh.
Yeah, and inside that shaving kit was my Audi key. And it was just kind of the coolest thing that made me, it was that one little thing that happened in my life that was like, the universe is always listening, and it got me closer to that knower within. So I really trust that this energy changes always. So, whenever you feel that you need something to change in your life, go out, be the spaciousness of the infinite being that you truly be, shift a little molecule and throw a few lightning bolts and see how your life changes. It's like the easiest and fastest way. Or destroy algorithms is another one. Like, how many algorithms do I need to destroy to create this? 1, 2, rah, rah, rah. So it's just kind of playful. I really look at this work as just play, though, as you guys might have noticed. So thank you. Kim, anything else
No,
while
that
we're
was
right here.
wonderful. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Lindsay just joined the line. So, Lindsay, we are live and we facilitate this whole thing live. So, you get to see all the behind the scenes with us.
Yeah, we'll get started in 3 minutes. Let me just respond to Deborah real quick. She asked, she'd love to learn that energy bomb process.
I was just going to say that.
So, literally, I kind of just explained it. It's super quick. Go out as an infinite being and just put the energy that you have that you want to change, just put it like, it can be like 5 inches outside your body, right? Just kind of move it out of you first, and then muster up and ask the universe as an infinite being to create change around this. And then you just, as an infinite being, you throw those lightning bolts. No, it's weird. Let's also really create some change. So have fun, play with it, right? But you've got to get into the essence of your being for this to really work. You can't just be like, yeah, Jenna says this works. I mean, I guess that the universe does kind of respond. If you're asking for change, the universe responds. It is an ask and receive world. So.
It is. Ask and receive. You can learn a lot more about this. So these are the type of facilitations that we'll be doing in the lounge, one-on-one with you through the group meditation, through the group lounge. You can find out more information at, we're going to put the link for the lounge and how you join there in the chat. But join us. It's going to be a really expansive and energetic play of space. And we really create change here.
And you guys, right now it's $29 a month. That will go up every single month. So come the 1st of April, it's going to go to $39 a month.
But not for the people that are already signed in.
No,
so
no,
you'll be grandfathered.
Or grandmothered in. Many of you are women.
You'll be grandmothered in.
You'll be grandmothered in at that rate.
Lower rate, yeah.
So it's $29 a month. It also includes a 10% discount on all of our special offers, and you get priority access to asking questions during the live streams. And there's a bunch more. You also get all the archives of all the summits that I've ever done. And I clicked on the link all by myself there. So I'm like, I want to join. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab Lindsay here, and we're going to put her up. Soon as I find her, here she is. All right. So it's funny in curating, like I wanted to, let me actually start the recording. Well, welcome in Lindsay before I tell the story. Beautiful. Let me go ahead and get the recording going for you. All right. It's my honor and joy to welcome Lindsay Robinson. I just have a little story with this one too. I mean, I'm amazed and in awe with most of our speakers, but Lindsay's definitely one of them. And what she's put together in the world is pretty freaking fabulous. She runs a summit called the High Vibe and Podcast. And while I was curating to see who I wanted on, because I am particular, and as Lianka knows, it's like, what's wrong with this person? I was like, yeah, no, we need some real people that are real experts here. Lindsay's a clinical hypnotherapist, and she really gets energy in general. I mean, it just is wild watching her, and I've listened to so many of her podcasts now, and I'm just like, don't want to take all her guests, but she's so good at curating guests that I have grabbed a few from her for this event as well. So with all
love, yes.
Yeah, it's all with love. So thank you. Lindsay, you are muted, but Lianka, you want to start?
Sure.
We go. I'm here. So real quick.
Hi.
When you guys accepted, like when I came into the room, first of all, what a party. I'm so excited to chat with you guys. There's so much good energy here. Also, as I was waiting for you to pop on, did you see me just like talking on mute because my child chose this very moment to knock on the door and ask if he could show me a magic trick?
How cute!
Aw.
Yes.
Okay, so it's spring break here.
Yep.
Sorry, everyone. I do have my kids home, but the oldest is 12 and he's completely capable of watching a magic trick. Okay, so he's fine showing the 12-year-old. But anyway, so sorry. If it happens again, I'll just quickly mute and be like, here.
Good, no worries at all. We both have kids, so we get it.
But I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to chat with you. The first time that we actually, the introductory chat that we connected on, I know we all felt the magic, and I can't wait to keep it going today.
My God, I listened to be interviewed by one of my friends, Hope Pedraza, and when and I loved the way that you explained hypnotherapy to her. I mean, I take it out a little bit further, I think, than you do because of the way that you explained it. But I would love if you would kind of explain hypnotherapy and how you really work with people in the world. And I know that we're going to also take some live callers as well.
We got some fun stuff that we're going to talk about. I want to make it as, I guess, accessible and palatable as I can for people to understand. And when I kind of realized that it wasn't magic, I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted to be Harry Potter. Okay. I wanted to have a magic trick. But honestly, it really is it's very simply just a heightened state of focus that we all have experienced. We all are kind of already experts in going into this altered state to change what you believe and to decide and take more control over the thoughts, the beliefs, the ideas that you let kind of run on autopilot. Because the essence of the subconscious, which is where hypnosis is very effective, the essence of the subconscious is that it's all automatic stuff. It's the stuff you don't have to think about, including your limiting beliefs and those fears that you picked up along the way that you didn't know you even had, and the voices that aren't yours that have kind of followed you through your life and created these patterns and beliefs and things that you don't want, that don't serve you, that really are not helpful, that had an expiration date. I think we all can agree that they were useful at one time.
I was just thinking that, yes.
Nothing in your body, mind, spirit is there without a reason. The problem is sometimes those reasons get outdated. You've grown past them and your mind is just like, but we needed this once, so we'll need it forever. And you get to go in and be like, you know what? We don't need that. Now we need more expansive things that will get us to the next part of our life, the next level of who we are. So anyway, so hypnosis is a really great way to get to that part of your mind that runs on autopilot and decide what you believe, decide what patterns and what automatic behaviors that you'll follow that actually reflect your highest self and the best version of you. Yes?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
that was well said.
Yes. And Lindsay, one thing I wanted to say too is that for our audience, we really kind of consider them like the Navy SEALs of consciousness. So they are well and primed to be able to go there with some of the bigger words that we use too.
I kind of
expansive ideas.
I always fall back to like, how did I get my husband to understand what this was?
Yes, yeah, I get that.
After my very first, like, I guess I was doing like night school for hypnotherapy for a year. It was a whole big like
that's awesome.
Like a diploma course. And so every night I came home excited to tell him what I learned. And when it got to like he goes, so what actually is it? Like, what are you doing? And I told him the way that I was told, and he was just like, that makes perfect sense. And I was
love
like,
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I like to be simple, but also like I love talking to people who get it, who can meet me at that level, because then we get to be really, really witchy and fun.
I love it so much.
Yeah, one of the things that I really got to is like the synapses in our brain, they wire together. Yeah. I mean, and it's just that. And it's almost that outside the wiring, you can't even, like when you are in a high beta state, you can't even hear information that would actually change your mindset or your perspective around things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're using right now, and that's the other thing that's important to know too, is your conscious and subconscious are always working together. It's just that you have more access to your conscious. So the words that I'm using are subconscious. The ability to speak is subconscious. Like I get to choose how I say things, and that's conscious, but the way that I'm speaking, my gestures that I'm making, all subconscious. So every single day you're beautifully weaving in between conscious and subconscious. And again, you already know how to go into hypnosis. We've done it every single day since the day you're born. You know, when you fall asleep, when you wake up, when you read a book, when you drive home and you don't remember it, when you're lost in, like, when you get emotional over the scene in Harry Potter when Snape dies and you don't know why you're so sad, but part of your mind really thinks that it's happening to you. So everybody, if I could tell people one thing, and I think your audience probably knows this already, but you already know how to do it. You're already so good at it. All we can do as facilitators is help you access it at will when you actually want to and for your benefit. And that's what I do.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Today, I'd like to take some callers, and I would also, I mean, do you want to kind of do a mini hypnotherapy and just put them in an alpha state for a minute, or no? What are you thinking?
Well, yes. My biggest challenge is always like, what could we do? Because I always get super I get like a chihuahua, and I get very excited about like all the different.
Actually, with energy work, it's made me that way. I'm like, yes. Fairies, dragons, and chihuahuas.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you guys put some ideas like of a quick hypnosis you want to do in the chat? Like something, do you want to just reset your energy? Do you want to, focus on a goal? Do what do we want to do? What do we want to manifest today? And then we can do like a quick little journey around that.
Sure. Let's see if anything's in the chat.
And I'll put some energy out there if you want to self-worth. Okay.
Self-worth is a good one.
But there's also, and maybe with this, is doubt. Like self-doubt is often contained within self-worth. And that was a big topic of the conversation earlier.
Yeah.
Where people don't trust what I call their knower within. So that might all fit together: doubt, self-worth, and really knowing your knower.
Oh my gosh, money.
Trusting yourself.
Yeah, romantic relationship. Oh, there's so many things we could do. Oh gosh. Maybe this was a bad idea because now I want to do all of it. I want to do all of it. Okay.
Well, manifesting what you want would go with self-worth a little bit. We could figure out a way. You could figure out a way. I will be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, I love just kind of, I find myself as an over preparer if I'm given enough time, but if it's off the cuff, some of my best work comes when it's just like, let's just go for it, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. I'll give you the floor.
Can we scroll to Christina real quick? Wait, did she have a question, or is it personal experiences where my body has shown me things my mind doesn't? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So that was more of a statement. Yeah, I agree. If you can open the channel and let yourself just be with yourself, so much information can come that you were like, oh, either A, I didn't know that, or B, I knew that, and thanks for the clarification. Because it's usually one of those two. It's usually like, well, I kind of had a feeling about this, and that just proves that what I was feeling was correct. And that also kind of weaves back into the self-worth piece and the self-trust of knowing that what's coming through to you it's okay to believe it. It's okay to trust that what's coming through is accurate. Okay. Wait, are we doing the thing now? We doing it now?
I was like, yeah, you have the floor.
Oh, darn. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. I'm just like reading through all these amazing ideas. Okay, so what did we decide on? What are we doing?
You choose. It's your
crap. I don't think you guys were ready for me this morning. Hold on. I don't think I was ready for me this morning. Okay. Let me think. I really money is such a common
Let's
one.
Money.
But I also don't think
a big one.
I also don't think that anything is readily available or able to be manifested if you don't trust and have and you don't feel like you deserve it.
I think that's a big one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
let's
And
go
that,
down that
and
rabbit hole.
anytime, yeah, anytime we
You
talk
know what?
about, people will ask me like, what's the most common thing that people want or that you find with your clients? And it's usually like when it comes down to it, no matter what it is, romantic relationship, money, it's always it's always like, I
Then
see
let's
other
do
people
it.
have these things, but I don't know if I deserve it.
In fact, I was sitting
Love
in the
it.
bathroom because all my great ideas come in the bathroom, right?
Isn't that true though?
Like with the water and the tub.
It's a lot more serene. But so I was like, and I was like, anything that doesn't allow me to have fully to step in all the areas where I am just blocking my self-worth around this, like, please destroy and uncreate that. And that's my way of processing through that. But I even was still coming into that, like, I'm like, because I know that there are some blockers there that I just am not zeroed in on, that are outside of my, my conscious thought. And if we can start to put those things together for subconsciously being able to access that and reprogram that, let's do that.
Yeah, we can definitely do a quick little thing on rewiring, reprogramming, transmuting that lack of. What? You did a thing and I need to know what it was.
I know. Well, I was thinking this might be not today, but you could read Akashic records and open the door to see what their blocker is, and then we could do a session on that.
Yeah. That's actually a really, I'm going to do it right now, but that actually is a very common thing that I do with clients too. Like if they're
great.
Again, any kind of block, it's not necessarily, maybe it is Akashic and I just don't call it Akashic. Maybe.
Sure.
You just put them in
wow.
or trance and they're able to then access whatever that is and talk to a point of view of what it needs in order to be released, sort of things. It's very, very transformative. Okay, let's do some self-worth, self-love, worthiness. Love it. Okay, here we go. So you guys are experts at this point. So just get yourself to a nice calm state. I always start with just increasing breath. Oxygen to the body. Allow the eyes to close. Please be in a situation where you can. Breathing in positives and relaxation to the body. And if you'd like to create a color for comfort, bringing it in through bottoms of the feet, toes, heels, ankles, calves, knees, all the way up into hips, into belly, solar plexus, refilling that control center, power center of the body. Always breathing in positives and allowing the exhale to release anything that doesn't serve you. Just visualizing it. From solar plexus all the way up into chest, continuing that nice natural rhythm of breathing. Softening any edges, smoothing. And just letting it all go just for this moment. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, nothing to figure out. Just simply being and breathing. From chest into shoulders, lifting any and all burdens from those shoulders, anything you've been holding on to or carrying that does not belong to you and doesn't serve you. Just letting it melt away. Down the back, the upper, middle, lower back, and down the arms, from the shoulders, upper arms, elbows. Letting it be easy for today to just feel this peace from forearms into wrists and hands, all the way out the fingertips. Tiny neck muscles releasing, relaxing, letting go. Scalp muscles. Feeling everything just soften. Forehead, the brow, the cheeks, softening the jaw. In this whole body, deep release. Continuing that natural rhythm of breath as each and every breath allows a deeper calm, a deeper comfort, a deeper release, all is well. And I'll just do a quick little count from 5 down to 0. Allow a sense of deepening your comfort with each and every count. As always, with each and every breath, accessing the deeper mind at 0. So we begin with 5, drifting down 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, drifting deeper, now into deep sleep. Allow this moment, this time, to hold space for yourself. As your senses come into higher frequency, positive sensation coming from within as you access your higher wisdom, your higher consciousness, your higher self. As always, letting it be easy for today, I'd like you to visualize or imagine what you would experience as your lack of self-worth or worthiness. Just get in touch with that feeling of unworthiness, that part of you that doesn't feel like she deserves or he deserves whatever it is you want. And simply locate where that would be in the body. If there were a place where that would live, where would that be? Noticing about it further, what color is unworthiness? What does the energy feel like if it could be given physical form? Just noticing the little details. As always, staying in touch with how you feel, being in the presence of this unworthiness. And now, if you can, think of a time when you felt absolutely unstoppable. It can be a small moment of the day, or a big event, or just a happy moment where you felt you were worthy, you could trust, where you had hope that things were working out. And notice what color that is. Breathe in that color. And if you feel ready and the timing is right, you could even allow that color, that new feeling, turning up the dial to the intensity that you wish, allowing it to flow and move into that space where the unworthiness once lived. Allowing this new feeling to completely overtake that old, outdated feeling of unworthiness. It is safe for you to release this feeling as it is no longer needed or wanted. It is safe for you to believe that everything can work out for you, for your highest good and the highest good of all involved. So however it feels to you, however it feels best, allow that feeling to completely overtake the unworthiness. When that's done, take a nice deep breath in, breathing it in even more to a higher intensity, and allowing it to take root, solid and strong within you, a place you can always return to remember your worthiness. And before we close this journey today, take a moment to just simply listen. Allow a message from your higher self, your higher wisdom, your spirit guides, whatever feels best. Allow yourself to know what that important message is in whatever way you can understand. Reinforcing that positive message as you go about your day, your week, your month, and beyond. And taking all the positive images discovered on this journey today, placing them somewhere in the body or mind in the perfect spot. As we allow images to fade for now, thanking the images for showing up today, thanking yourself for taking this time for discovery, to enhance your self-worth, happiness, success, harmony, peace is your birthright. As we reinforce all the positives on this journey today at 0, closing the door to a more non-suggestible state and coming up to 1 with a deep cleansing breath. And releasing 2, remembering where you are, the space you're in, beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. 3, feeling very, very good, renewed, restored, cleansed, and cleared at 4, more alert and awake. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake and alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake, and alert.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, that wasn't really a short one. Sorry.
But man, I was like really out. It wasn't.
I was too. I didn't realize I was out until I came back.
I know.
That tends to be what happens.
That's kind, though, right? You know.
Yeah. That's that's pretty common. Most people are like, wait, how long has it been? Yeah, what happened? But yeah, so hopefully everyone was able to get in touch with that feeling of self-worth. And I'm very curious. This is the part that I selfishly always want to know. What color was your self-worth? What color was your unworthiness? What did your higher wisdom have to say? Like, feel free to share. I love getting that that knowledge that you've discovered on your journey. And I thrive on it. So it's part of the selfish joy for me as a facilitator.
Mine was like this dark mud.
Yeah, it's like a brown, like sticky, nasty stuff.
I'm kind of curious who else got mud.
Mine was cold, cold and kind of cool, like. But also, my color was oddly kind of warm colored. So maybe it was kind of fiery for some reason. Yeah.
My color was like this purpley lavender, like a mixture of like dark, deep royal purples and lavender coming up all through my feet. It was beautiful.
Oh, great.
And my healing color was purple. So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, purple, I'm sure you know this, but symbologically, if that's a word, you guys know what I mean.
Sure.
Purple is like the color of royalty. So.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Makes sense. Who's more who's more worthy than a freaking royal, right?
I'll take it.
My crown.
I'll take it.
Gold was my worthiness. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Look, big black ball. Yeah, isn't that where it's it's either usually for clients, it's either in their stomach, their solar plexus, their heart center, their throat sometimes if they feel like they don't have a voice necessarily. So interesting, guys. Thank you for sharing all of this. I love it. I love hearing about your journeys and your experiences, but hopefully everybody can think of this. And this is why hypnosis is so powerful, in my humble opinion, because when you go there, it's happening to you. And it happens in the subconscious. It happened. And so, you know how when you wake up from a dream and it sticks with you all day because it felt like it was so real? Like, that's how your hypnosis journeys are. And they do stick with you. And the experiences that you had, hopefully they were all good. I mean, if they weren't, please talk to me. We can fix it. We figure it out.
We can fix it.
You know, these amazing experiences of having your unworthiness in your heart and being able to overtake that is a visual you will have for the rest of your life. And when you think about if you ever go 10 years from now and you feel a little unworthy, you have that now forever to go like, okay, well, let me just close my eyes real quick. Let me put that back where my heart is supposed to be and let's go about our day. It doesn't always happen that easily, but it's available to you. And I think that's the beautiful thing. You always have these tools available to you at all times. Tina, you broke down in tears.
I know. It's been a long day for Tina.
Tina.
Yeah. What's up, Tina?
Tina's got some big, I think she's got some big growth. Probably happened.
Do you want to take some callers and kind of
I would love nothing more.
Okay.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
All right. As you guys kind of queue up and raise your hands for some insights from Lindsay. Lindsay, what do you need from them to like take these kind of rapidly and quickly?
Well,
do you just need a
rapidly. I don't know. I think that how I work is I'm probably going to be asking them a lot of questions
That's okay.
about and getting the insight from them. So yeah, I would love to just go for it and see what happens. I'll try my best to be concise.
And you know what? If you don't, that's okay, because the information that comes through, what you share for one, it shares for all, and so it's what we all collectively need on the line. So take your time, do what you need to do. We're excited to experience it with them.
Can't wait.
It's exciting. Well, Tina raised her hand, so let's take Tina first.
Hi, Tina.
Hello. Thank you for that. That was very nice.
My pleasure.
I've been working. My partner had stage 4 cancer, and he pretty much gave me the power to take care. He didn't go to doctors. He said, "I trust you," and I truly believe it. But anyway, it doesn't matter the story. And I know that it wasn't my job to, but we did heal him in other ways. He went from the dark to the light. I mean, there was a lot of things that we healed that part. I know it. My conscience knows it. But there's this deep thing, and that's why I know I released some, but I still feel like there's something, maybe it's something that's just holding me back, that to be in my power, that I'm so afraid of my power or something. I don't know.
You just said it, and then you said, I don't know.
See, I need to voice it. I know. Thank you.
Tina, So, okay. So if that is true, if it is that you are afraid to step into your power, right? Why would that be? What would be unsafe about that?
I'm afraid to hurt somebody. That's what goes in my, what the heck?
Of course.
I used to tell my mom that years ago, and she's like, "Why are you afraid to hurt somebody?" I'm like, "I don't even know."
But that's the thing. Yeah.
Wow.
You're afraid to hurt somebody, but that's okay. It's okay to be afraid of that and still try, right? Because, and again, I want to emphasize, like, of course you're afraid of that because you're a good human. Like, I think we can agree that if you weren't worried about that, or if it didn't cross your mind, especially when you know, like, what that power means, then, it just goes to show your character. And that saying, I heard this a lot with parents. It's like the ones that are worried about being a good parent are the ones that don't have to worry about being a good parent. You know what I mean? It's the people that don't care and don't think about it that should probably care. I don't know if you're looking for advice or
I kind of am, yeah.
But I would say if it feels best to you to start small and safe in ways that feel safe until you can grow into it, one thing I would say definitely maybe don't do is not try, because I think that you wouldn't be here if you didn't have a gift. Gosh, I'm being so flippant with my words. I don't even know you, Tina, but I just think that you're probably amazing and you probably have a gift and it probably needs to be shared with the world.
Yeah, and I need to stop stopping. Stop.
No, wait. Rewind it.
Okay, I've taken up enough time. I understand. You got.
How about this? I'm so excited for the day that I can really open up to my power. And I'm excited for ways to be able to do that instead of I need to stop, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Practice it.
Yeah, thank you.
Much love you all. Thanks, Tina. Lindsay, that's a huge, you just made like a huge point, and everyone should, we talk about how words are codes, especially my work in NLP. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so important. So she was on the right track by saying, I need to stop stopping myself. Yeah. Except when you reframe things in the light of how the subconscious really receives things, because it doesn't like the no's or the don'ts, it kind of doesn't hear that.
Well, even
so then all it hears is stop yourself.
Consciously feel that word. Oh, I need to work today. I need to stop this. I need to do that. Versus I get to work in job today. I get to do exactly what I want to do today. I'm so excited to be able to show people my gift. Like, let's feel better about how we say stuff, because it feels good. There's no rule that says you have to feel like poop when you say stuff.
I also I also love that you said you did it. You said all those wonderful things, and then you said, "I don't know" at the very end. If there's one PSA that I could give to everyone, it's stop using the words "I don't know," because you do know, and I do that to myself all the time. I'll be like walking around
Yes.
like, "I don't know," and then I'm like, "Lianka, you know." Because I like really got that in meditation that like we use that so flippantly all the time.
Yeah.
That we're blocking ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I can't let it go. You saw that I couldn't let it go. I could
Yes,
not
I
let her.
love
I'd
that.
be like, no, don't cancel, cancel, cancel. Anytime I find myself saying something like that, I'm like, cancel, cancel, cancel.
Me too.
Your subconscious does not get jokes. It doesn't know sarcasm. It does not
Yes.
know reality from fiction. So whatever you're saying, it's going to do.
It's taking its order.
So even with clients, I'm like, I can't let you finish that sentence.
Yes.
Find it. I'm a little obnoxious with it, but I think
I'm starting to be.
I think we need to be obnoxious with ourselves around these things, though, because if we don't, we'll just keep going on as the robotic attitude that we are.
yes. Yeah, it's true. You need that radical change. Anyway.
Oh, great. All right, Christina, you're up.
Hi, Christina.
Hi there. Hi, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Hi, ladies. Well, I find it so fascinating just about that. In my case, for example, my body has shown me over and over time stuff that I don't want to know about, seemingly. Do you know what I mean? It's like the body shows me what the mind probably goes, oh no, you don't want to know that. For example, I had a boyfriend who's like was drinking, and I really didn't know he was like an alcoholic, whatever, yeah. And I stopped drinking myself. I just drank less and less and less and less. And then I realized, he was an alcoholic. And so it's just funny how the body many times shows what happens. And in one case that I'm wondering about is that I have two people who hurt me, and I was, and one of them I just can't seem to totally let go. I mean, it's not that I haven't spoken to it about it, because I don't think you need to. You can forgive people anyway for things, and move on. And I've done that with the first person, but the second person, there's something there where I can't release it properly. I don't know. There's something just inside who I feel the resistance to it, and I just don't know. And still in my mind, I go, I'm okay now. I'm fine with it. It's like everybody do things, and whatever decision they take is not the correct or whatever in life, and sometimes we hurt people, willingly or unwillingly or whatever, so but I don't know why I can't seem to yeah why I can't seem to let that go with one of the person there.
What are you letting go of?
Well, the deception, the trust, I had trust in that person. I don't feel trust anymore. It's like,
And they are out of your life?
No.
Okay, I'm confused.
You're confused.
Help me. So wait, so you have someone in your life now that has deceived you in the past.
Yeah.
And you're trying to forgive them?
Yeah, for that, yeah. What they did to hurt me, I was hurt by their actions, so to speak.
Okay. This one's hard. If you were my best friend on the phone, I'd say, why do you want them in your life? Why are you trying to, and this isn't like a judgment. This is clearly so you are clear. What is it about them that I want to forgive them and keep them in my life? What is serving me if I'm able to forgive them? Because it's always about you, never about them. If you're forgiving them, it's about you and your healing.
Yeah. I still think that, but still aren't we here on earth to learn? We choose the family and the people we have in our lives to, and the people around. So, many of the experiences we are, choosing to go through and to learn, so it's more about, to forgive and, to release that resentment and then, whatever, and.
Right. Yeah. And again, I don't know the situation, so do not listen to me at all if this doesn't resonate. But I do think that there is and this happens a lot that I've found in the spiritual space, where I am 100% a believer that we choose the experiences, a lot of the experiences that we
Yeah,
experience because of our soul
exactly.
growth. But there is a
Exactly.
fine line between like choosing the experience for your own soul growth and sticking around when it's not serving you anymore. And again,
Yeah.
don't know the situation, don't listen to me,
Yeah.
but we do tend to do that. Like the extreme example would be, I don't know, staying in an abusive relationship because of you think that there's some kind of contract or soul. No, get out. No, never in this situation. If you know that it's not good for you, just don't do it, I think. And
I
I
agree
think
with
that
that
is
one.
the soul growth, is being able
Yeah.
to back yourself. But
I
I'm not.
agree with that. No, I agree with that totally, fully. Yeah.
So if it is something like a soul agreement that you think that might be going on,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
if it's not serving you, it's not for you. If it is serving you and you would just like some help to cut whatever that feeling is of not being able, I would really examine why you're hesitant to forgive them. Because if it's something that's sticking around, there's a reason. Ask some questions, journal, why might I not want to forgive them? And just see what comes up. Just play with it. Just see what comes up. And don't be afraid to just listen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Don't be afraid
probably
to
what
ask
it
the
is.
questions. Because knowing is just everything. It's just everything.
Because I'm just surprised, because in my mind I'm thinking like, I'm over it, I am forgiven, and I'm okay, but I still feel some resistance there, and I'm thinking, yeah.
Ladies, what do you
What is
think?
that?
Jump in here. I want to hear what you have to say.
So whenever somebody can't let go of something, I ask them, will you revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, and destroy and uncreate that in entirety, and see if that'll at least, she's like, yes, at least lighten it up. Because if they're willing to make that decision and that choice, I will usually say, okay, so she's actually willing to make the choice to release that. So that's usually where I start with conversations like that. And then I go to what's the value of holding on to this angst and unforgiveness, and see where she'll go, because they can only go as far as they can go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did have that feeling with an ex-boyfriend, and it was clearly like me not listening to something that I was supposed to be listening to. Again, not saying that it's just my experience.
Yes.
But I definitely invite you to ask some really brave questions of why am I so resistant? What is my soul trying to tell me? What's my body or my mind trying to tell me?
And give yourself permission to even receive the answers.
Yes.
I think sometimes I personally haven't wanted to ask myself some hard questions. And then I wouldn't ask them.
Exactly.
So it's okay. You can just maybe be with your pen and your paper and just whatever flows out, let it flow. You don't have to make any judgment about it or anything at the time. Let it flow. Just the simple releasing and the acknowledgement, even just having yourself being heard is an acknowledgement. And sometimes that helps to undo that little hold.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, Valentina, you're up.
Christina knows. She already knows. Christina, you know already, girl. I don't know what to tell you. You got this.
She's got this.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's energetically sensitive, so I think she'll
she's got that.
Hi, Valentina.
Hello.
Love your picture and your name.
Thank you. I like them both actually too. I'm just kind of looking more for, I don't know, direction, because I'm kind of seem like I'm at a crossroads and not sure exactly what to do.
Let's go for it.
What it is in a nutshell. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's the crossroads?
Do you think it is? Yeah.
Well, the crossroads is just like that. I've always, part of it is I've always felt being pushed back, and this time I'm trying to push forward, but I'm not sure which way to head to push forward with. Do you understand?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I know that's kind of vague, but I don't want to get too far into it because
no, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't want to get into the weeds,
So how can let me ask you this way. This is going to be a really
Okay.
annoying question. If
All
you
right.
did have the answer, what would it be? If you did know, what's the first thing that comes up to you? What's the first thing? Let's just say A or B, or is it like 4 choices?
Um, there's I don't really see any choices. That's my issue, is that the choices are coming up. It's just I'm trying to fight forward, and it's like I'm being stalemated, but not I know it's not for myself. I seen a psychic a couple of weeks ago, and they said that they are purposely holding things back from me. I don't know why. The only thing I can come up with is to figure it out myself, but they're not giving me any choices to choose to go forward.
Is this a person, people?
It's life in general. It's not anything specific. It's is to um I just feel like I'm stalemated and nothing's giving, and I don't know where to go.
How long have you been feeling stalemated?
Um, Quite some time. I felt movement about 6 months ago, and then it kind of fizzled and stopped. And then now I feel like I'm not back to square one, but I feel like I'm not going anywhere.
So
Just,
the so the I'm mentioning the psychic because you mentioned the psychic. The psychic said
yeah,
they are holding you back.
the that my my guardians and
Ah,
people
okay.
are not giving me the answers or the direction. So
Okay.
he himself couldn't hear direct me.
This makes
And
so
so
much
I'm
more
trying
sense
it
now. Okay.
again.
Yes. Okay. So you're feeling stalemated, and there are answers that you're seeking that aren't coming to you because you have to figure it out for yourself, and they can't just give you the answers and give you that.
Apparently, but I'm trying to figure it out. But it's like, give me some clue, give me some,
Well,
you
anytime
know.
I feel stalemated for any period of time, I know I haven't been doing the things that move me forward. Like I haven't been doing my morning routines. I haven't been meditating. I haven't been doing yoga. I haven't been getting sleep. I haven't been drinking water. I haven't been going outside. Is that at all a possibility that there are some things that you kind of have not done as much of that you used to do?
No, I do that plus even more. I've redoubled my efforts. So I'm doing more meditations. I'm doing more of
How are you
everything.
feeling when
I'm
you're doing
doing more
meditation?
walking. I'm sorry.
When you do your meditations, how are you feeling? Is it like first thing in the morning?
I've done it 2 and 3 times a day. That's what I mean. I'm doubling up my efforts. And I thought that maybe it was just because I was, um, a bit anxious of, what's going on. So that was part of it. Increasing my meditation was to calm myself down, I guess would be a good way of putting it. And um, so that has worked a bit. So, but it's not. I'm an easygoing kind of person on a
Yeah.
regular basis. And yeah, I get tightly wound here and there, like everybody does for different things, but it's still,
Can I
they keep telling you to ask them for help, and I keep asking them, and it's like I'm being ignored. That's what it's getting to feel for me now, is that
Okay.
I'm asking for help and assistance. And it's like, F you kind of idea, but
Okay.
who
So there's a
cares?
lot that I want to say. Are you ready?
Okay.
And it's
All right.
I just love you already. So number 1, did you do the meditation in this call? The worthiness one?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how did that go for you?
I actually wrote it in on the meeting chat, and it started off. Uh, I'm actually scrolling back to see it because like at first it started really dark black like, and then it changed to pink and green, and it was
Right.
directed in my
Okay.
heart. And then And then the tears flowed during it, through it, and then at the very end, right as you were closing off, I yawned, such as the biggest
Yes,
yawn.
I remember. Okay, okay, I remember. Okay,
So
and
that's what, like, I had to remind myself how it kind of went. So that's why I was going back.
so pink and green are both heart, and you said it
Yes,
was in your heart, correct?
yes.
So
And
healing.
the color was really light and like like almost baby pink, and the green was really, really light. Like it
If I
wasn't
said
dark
to
anymore.
you, healing was already happening, like it is happening currently as we're speaking. It happened before the call. It happens while you sleep. Do you believe that? Or are you open to believing that there is movement happening?
It's so internal that I don't feel it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my
Oof.
problem. Maybe
You
that's
are
part of my
me.
anxiousness.
Yeah. You're me. Here's the thing. Here's what's happening. What I think is happening is that your guides are probably communicating with you, just not in the way that you want them to, or in the way that you think that they should. And so you're missing it completely. You may say like, oh, but
I asked them for clarification and I don't get that.
yeah,
Or I meant,
I need
okay,
to see a
obviously I
sign.
missed something,
Yeah,
smack me in the head with it, make sure I
I
see
need
it.
to see a sign like
I do that
17
too.
times before I'll be like, okay, that's it. Needs to knock me off my feet sometimes before I'll even see it. Do you have like a specific sign that you look for that you want them to communicate to you with?
I have various ones from different ones. I don't have one single one. I have earlier today, I asked, before any of this happened, I asked for a sign of 777 for an answer to my question. That
Okay.
question came out because the person before you, like the first one that
Mm-hmm.
started, she was wearing a necklace that had 777 on it.
Okay. So
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 I
they
knew
are
the answer to that
communicating.
question. They are
Yeah.
communicating, but it's not, that's just one example. I do get, yes, they do communicate, but it's not for a crossroad. It's not direction. It's just answering a question
I
that
want you to
doesn't
repeat
really
this.
have
Like,
bearing on the future or
yeah,
anything.
I want you to try something for, I don't know, a week. If you can only do it 3 days, do it only 3 days. If you can do it one day, do it one day. But I want you to repeat, it's okay that I don't have the answers right now. Okay.
All right.
When it's okay that you don't have it all figured out right now. I don't think it's your job at this point. I think you just need to go have some fun and get back into joy. And I'm not saying you don't have fun. I'm just saying you got to go have some fun. What do you do for fun? What do you do for fun? What do you do for play? What does your child want? What's your inner child want to do?
I really don't have play or joy or
Okay,
I don't
guys,
really go out and do things. I don't
Valentina.
really I I I don't I have acquaintances. I don't really have friends to go out with.
Unfortunately,
And that's been a long time stuff.
it sounds like you've made your spiritual practice work at this point because it's all you're focused on. If you're doing it 3 times a day, it's not doing what it's supposed to. It's like the cup is already full and it's just overflowing at this point. Like it's not doing what you want it to do. In fact, if you're not finding joy or playing or doing something creative or raising your vibration in that way, there is something called a spiritual burnout, my darling, and I've been there so many times. And if you want to see movement, and I do just love you to death. I hope you know I'm with you. I hear you, and I am you a little bit too. So I'm talking to myself as I'm talking to you. When we make the spiritual practice the only thing that we're focused on to move forward, it's not gonna do what you think it's gonna do. I would encourage you to find something fun and stupid that you just like to do and just do it a little bit. Just do it a little bit for one day,
If
two
you knew
days.
my background, you would understand my home life growing up was, we worked, we did stuff, there was no fun involved.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what that is. I've never really experienced it. I
Isn't it
don't
amazing
really
that you get to
know how
explore
to
that?
do that.
How much
Well,
fun is that going to be?
I don't know. don't know what it is to
You don't have to know.
even
It's okay that I
how to
don't
do it or go
know the
about it.
answers. It's okay that you don't know. It's okay. You don't have to know. You do not have to know. You don't have to know anything. But if you start, you might know. I'm so if I didn't if I'm I don't know if that helps you. But it's the because I can understand where you're coming from, and if you can believe me or not, but you and I are more in common than you think. In so many ways. I know every single client, I would say 9 out of 10 clients that come to me have no idea what fun means anymore. We're grown-ups. We got stuff to do, but it's so important. I play video games. I'm almost 40. I don't care. I play video games. I dance with my kids in the kitchen because you gotta do something. Put on a song and just move your body and just see what happens.
Right.
Or don't take any of this advice at all, because what do I know? But I think it might help.
Well, like I said, I've got to find out what fun is before I can move forward, I guess.
Yeah, make a list. I tell
And
my
maybe
friends,
that's
make
what
a
it
list.
is. I don't
Make a
know
list
what fun is.
Make a list of what other people do for fun and just try some of it. Sorry, I know I could talk to Valentina all day. I really could.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
Valentina.
have a good day. Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to remind you too, and for everyone, that, gosh, when we just do something different, even if we don't know yes or if we're going to like it, like if I go to a kickboxing class, which I wouldn't go to because of my hip, but that activates dopamine in our brains. You know, just doing something different. Go bowling, right?
Yeah.
Like even
paint a picture,
and explore.
color in a coloring book.
Yeah.
Anything. Literally at this point, anything. Just to get out of that.
It'll change your brain chemistry. Yeah.
We're going to have a party on the first day of the lounge.
Yeah. Join us in the lounge February 26th at 12 Pacific. We're having
honestly,
a party.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, anything. And continue to join us here on the calls too. Like, you know, I heard you say something about friendship and stuff like that. That's, you know, really what we're creating here is a community and unity. So let us love on you and find that joy. And in the Bible, it says, you know, rejoice, right? We've been in joy before. Rejoice in remembrance of who? Me, the divinity within me.
Yeah.
This is our innate being.
And listen, Valentina is definitely not alone. I'm not joking. I can almost count on it every time I see a new client. I'm like, okay, well, what do you do for fun? Blank stares. Not alone at all. It's so common, especially, I hate to say this, but it's true, but especially for women who have so many hats that we're wearing all the time.
Amen. Yeah.
Who has time for fun?
Who has time for fun?
Who has time for stupid, frivolous things? But you need to include stupid, silly, frivolous things. You just have to. I've tried to fight it too long to deny it at this point.
I mean, to be honest, people love cooking dinner. It's fun.
Who?
You know, and they do it for their family and it's a contribution. I mean, it's like that's fun too for some
Fun
people.
fact, I hate cooking.
Me too.
I hate it. It is, but it's also because again,
loves it.
Again, kids, none of them like what I make. If one of them likes it, the other two hate it. It's like I can't win. So I'm like working hard for like literally just to hear it's terrible. But
I know.
But I do love baking.
Something good for them.
Yes, baking is really fun. I like baking. And even somebody who hates cooking can find something about cooking, especially if you pour a glass of wine and cook with some wine. I mean, that's fun. That is fun. Yeah. It's way more fun.
Put on your favorite 80s station and
dance in the kitchen and have fun.
90s.
Yeah,
or 90s.
Or Janet and Mariah.
I'm into Taylor Swift lately.
Really?
The Eras tour changed me.
Did you go?
I went to the movie version of it, but I still, you know, I got the hoodie to prove it.
Yeah. I definitely appreciate Taylor. I haven't listened to a lot of her stuff, but I can. She's a force. She's amazing.
She is.
Whatever she's doing, I want some of it.
I know, right? Totally.
Anyway.
Well, Lindsay, I wanted to share your package with everyone, and I wanted to have you go through it. Lindsay put together the next level success mindset for us. Do you just want to go through each item? I'll go ahead and scroll on down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the next level success mindset is basically, I made it. It's funny how my best things come out because I need them. But I made this because I was like, if I'm feeling a certain type of way, what do I need? And I'm sure somebody else needs it too. This first so it comes with different hypnosis audios, and I actually have a membership with all of my digital products in it that you can join, and everything that we've done here today, every actual option that somebody put in the chat for like what we could do during hypnosis, I have an audio for that in the membership, every single one of them that you guys mentioned. But week 1 is discovering what is blocking you. Could be your inner voice, could be, I mean, it's usually some version of your inner voice, but whatever it is for you, your support system, your worthiness, that sort of thing. So it really gets you in touch with what that is. Again, we give it a voice. We communicate with that part of you that doesn't think it's a good idea, and really come to understand what it needs in order to get released and how you can move past it. So that is a really powerful one. And then week 2 is the releasing of the fear of success. So I know a couple people put it in there. Fear of success, that is a big one. Fear of failure, sure, but fear of success that's a whole thing. First, acknowledging that it's okay to be afraid. What are we afraid of? For me, when I was doing this, it was, if I'm really successful, I'm going to have so much more responsibility. I'm going to let people down. I'm not going to have any time. So there's all kinds of reasons why you might be afraid of your next level of success. And this helps you be able to get in touch with what that is and release it. Week 3 is a really, really good one. It's one of my favorite ones to do, stepping into your excellent self or stepping into your next level self. And it really just is that. We take you to a hypnosis state where you can live in the reality of what it's like to be that future version of you that has what it is that you want. So it has that next level of success. It has that relationship. It has that bank account amount. It has all of those things. The home that you're dreaming of, and really helps you to live it. Because again, if it happens in your subconscious, it happened. And if that is your new reality that you're attracting, it's going to become automatic. Hypnosis is the act of putting the conscious goals in the automatic part of your subconscious so that they do get attracted all the time, 24/7, even when you don't have to think about it. Week 4, manifesting money, of course, because you can't do next level success without the money, honey. So we do an EFT session for increasing your money flow and helping you to open yourself to all the different ways that abundance can flow to you. It's really great. It's really great.
Yeah.
It looks really great.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's so fun. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I could easily raise my hand for all of them. I want to say one or two like that jump out at me, but like when I really look into the energy of it, like when you were saying like some of the stuff that's holding you back or the fear of success, I was like, damn, she is talking to me for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we are just so not alone, are we? Everything that we're feeling and doing, the more I learn about humans, the more I learn like, oh, they're just like me. We all go through the same stuff. And wouldn't it be great if we had some cheat sheet? And so that's what I hope to provide people.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Give them a shortcut, shall we?
Yes, please. Gosh.
And I don't know about you, but I do charge $350 for a hypnosis session. So I find that just one hypnosis audio, especially one that's aligned, is probably worth, the change that can happen with it is so worth it.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
definitely.
charge? How do you work with individuals? Can you also share that with us?
Yeah. So again, I have the membership, which is ridiculously good price compared to my one-on-one. But I would say the biggest difference is you have me with you to kind of keep you accountable, help you see how much progress you've made, coach you, answer questions, do the personal hypnosis, because when I'm with you, I can tailor it to you specifically. Sometimes the client's even talking back to me not sassy, but like talking during the hypnosis, so I can help navigate them through as they're speaking of their experience and be with them in that experience also. And those are, geez, gosh, so much more potent. I love my audios, but they have to be for the general public. And so they're very potent. I mean, you guys just did a group one, so you can tell me how amazing they are, but if you can believe it, my one-on-one sessions are just so much more transformative. There's something that happens when two woo-woo people get together who like know what's up. Magic. Like I pull cards for all my clients. Can I pull cards before I go, by the way?
Yes, please.
It's like so much fun. But I pull cards for one of my clients in every session so that they can, take them along during their week. And it's just such a powerful container for change, for positive change. And was that the question? I don't know.
There was. No, thank you.
Yeah. So I work one-on-one. I also do the membership, and I have the podcast that you mentioned. So there's all kinds of ways. I'm on all the socials.
Yay.
Come hang out with me. It'd be fun. But I would love to give everybody like a little message if they want.
Yeah, we want messages.
Yay. Okay, cool.
Woohoo.
This is really fun for me as well. So I'd love to say that I just am such a I serve everybody. I just really, I like this. This is really fun.
I can really gather that from you.
I know.
Huh? Yeah.
I can really gather that you love to serve. Like your energy is really that. So thank you.
I don't know if this is how it's supposed to feel, but like, I'm not one of those people that's like, I just want to help the world. I do, but I'm also very selfish with like, this is fun for me. Like, I'm glad that it's working for you, but it's really fun for me to be able to pull cards for you and see if they resonate and to give you something that's going to really, really help you throughout your life,
Well, and I think, in general, you should be loving what you do. That is your alignment, right? So if you're not loving it, so that's truly a contribution if you're loving it and we're loving it. And, it's like, wow, how does it get better than that?
Yeah, that's why it feels like cheating. I'm like, is this?
I know. I kind of feel like that about the show even. It's
supposed to
just
be.
like so much
Okay. Is this allowed? So I have a Moonology deck. Looks like this, Moonology.
Nice.
And I also have, this is my like Old Faithful. I love this deck so much. It's called the Energy Oracle deck. And I don't always pull from the same decks. I have an entire shelf of cards, but I don't always pull from the same decks. I just feel like today they were already on my desk. So there must be a reason.
Is this the moon cards?
She's pulling from both.
Oh,
correct.
Yeah, one from each, if that's okay.
Yes.
Yes. We were talking moon last week because we just went into the dark moon cycle.
Ooh. I need another one. Sometimes I'll do a spread and I'm like, that's not. I need another one. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to say general for what everybody needs to know. Something to move them forward, give them some insight. Ooh. And I love it when they pop out. I love when they just pop out of the deck. Okay.
Right.
First card. So whatever you were thinking about, if you had an intention, fantastic. If you didn't, then here you go. It's just going to be what you get. We got the full moon eclipse card, guys. This is going to be exciting. Okay, so full moon eclipse looks like this. Very interesting. Okay, full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, so I'm just going to paraphrase. If you pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking is about to reach a peak or has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. Maybe that's relieving to some people. You don't have to do it. It's already out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for.
Hey.
To learn and for your soul to evolve. If you're letting go of someone, those of you.
Christina.
If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did. Come on, Christina, you hijacked the card.
You hijacked the entire deck.
She's dying laughing in the chat.
Forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right what they did, but releases it so you can move on, which
Amen,
I think
sister.
Christina knows already. Time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Seed control, Valentina, and let events unfold. I think that one was for you and for others as well. I just know that I spoke with them. So, yeah, that's a good one. Okay. And then it goes into more, but I think we've hit it. I think we got it. Makes sense, everybody?
Love
Yes.
it. Oh my gosh,
So
what a
much.
powerful session.
And as if we needed another reinforcement. Hold on, we got the attachment card. Christina, I swear.
She says,
Attachment. We got number 5, attachment. Okay, she's attached. Perceived need and the choice to let go.
Wow.
In the upright position, which it is, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachment. Ooh.
and that's also for Valentina, huh?
Strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your wrist, which she is bolted to a post. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be the physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to the old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of the chains and move forward to open, free, and healthy, authentically happy life. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you're capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. Holy, holy smokes.
Wow, that's like themes up the entire conversation we had all day today.
Okay, I'm really sorry to do this, but we did get one more. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay.
It's the solar plexus. That is a solar plexus, right? Solar plexus.
Yeah.
Is that solar plexus? Is that the second? That's not the second chakra. That's the third chakra. What's the second?
Yeah, the second is
the-
Uddiyana Bandha.
Yeah. The second is the
It's
sacral.
like sexual organs.
So
and stuff.
sacral chakra reversed is what we got. So there might be some imbalance in that chakra.
Well, Christina was the one with the tummy stuff, so that would make sense that there would be kind of not
You
balance
guys
between
were,
second
which
and
one of
third.
you said she hijacked the whole spread?
I know. Well, actually, it's aligned up with most of the callers.
Yeah. I see a lot of affirmations in here. So she just wished really hard.
Yeah, she's like, please.
Powerful.
But even Tina said perfect deck of perfect cards. So even some other chiming in too. And I bet there's a lot that haven't even said anything that are feeling that. So
Yeah, and
Okay, well,
Latte
this also
asked-
sounds like Valentina because this is the seat of creativity, and it says if it's reversed, obviously there's an imbalance or a blockage in the creativity center of the energetic body. So maybe that's the key, Valentina. Maybe not. I'm so sorry to keep talking about you, but but perhaps maybe exploring ways to be creative might open that door.
ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because creativity is the soul at play, as they say. So yeah, possible intimacy things, visualize Ariel, which is the Archangel Ariel, spinning beautiful orange, calming energy to that space of the body, and it should help to realign and reharmonize all of that stuff. Okay, so it's safe to be comfortable, it's safe to be creative, and it's safe to let go.
Oh, she says, okay, getting the message of creating a better life. Bless you.
Did your guides knock you over the head with the signs yet, or you still?
We did have a question on the chat. What can you share what the decks are called?
Yes, absolutely. So the one that I pulled, the attachment card and the sacral card, is the Energy Oracle. It's by Sandra Ann Taylor. Love this deck.
Oh, I'm gonna get that deck.
And then the Moonology. So I got a special one because I got it off Amazon and the wording is all like messed up. But it's the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. It's just Moonology Oracle. And yeah, Really good.
Beautiful.
Juicy. Thank
Thank
you.
you. My gosh. Whew,
Wow.
Lindsay, you are just, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, too fun. Lindsay, you have to come back and join us again. Will you please? Oh my
Of
gosh.
course.
Yes.
I don't even want to
Yay.
leave now.
I know. I feel the same way.
I do have kids, so
I
you know.
get it. I get it. Spring break.
Yeah,
So
this has been
thank
kind
you.
of a love fest.
Yes.
All right.
And
I'm
I
gonna
love how we're
stop.
kind of all wearing the same like palette a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it. Guys, thank you so much for having me. Everybody that's attended and sat through my nonsense. I love
That was
it.
beautiful. You're so
Um,
beautiful.
Thanks for letting me share and be here with you. And of course, I will be here anytime, anywhere. Just say the word and I'll be here.
Thank you.
Yay.
All right, you guys. And thanks, Lindsay. Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. I did put her program in the chat. So if you are wanting to hop on with some hypnosis, there it is. I kind of excited to jump into it myself, to be honest.
You guys have, what do you have for the rest of the day? Are you done?
So
That's it?
you're the wrap. And you guys, tomorrow, we're talking with a medical intuitive at this time tomorrow. And she is like spot on,
Wait, who is it?
phenomenal. Her name is Dr. Marilyn Parkin. I've interviewed her back when I used to do the New Wealth Experience. And this woman, wow, somebody came on the line, said nothing. And she said, "Do you have an aversion to eggs?"
Oh gosh.
And the lady was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like, can't go near them.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I can't even touch one. She's so allergic to them." And I thought that was just wild that she
Well,
picked
can
up
I
on
come? I want to
that.
come.
Yes.
Yes, please do. Yay.
Absolutely. We'd love
Amazing.
to have you and introduce you to some of the woo we've got here.
In fact, our speaker from a little bit earlier, Emily, the mistake, she says, "I love Lindsay." So
I love her. I saw that she was on and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, she's great. We had her.
Yeah.
We've done a couple things together. I just love
Awesome.
her. And Marissa Lane, you have on. I love her as well.
Yes.
You have a lot of my friends on here.
She was on last season.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we should have some real conversations about who we love the best. Share some people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I love
Lindsay, thank
everybody.
you. Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go make lunch or something. I don't know. For my kids.
Perfect. Thanks,
Bye.
Lindsay. Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys. Well, this is a wrap for today. I'd love to hear some of your takeaways, what you really got out of the day. If you would email it to us at team@hot-hustle. If you want to write it in the chat, we'll be on for just a couple more minutes.
And to
here.
answer your question, Mel, tomorrow we start the same time every day. It's 11 a.m. Central. And then we have Jenith and I take some facilitation and we talk about, what's coming up for people in between the calls and kind of recap. And then we have our second speaker at 1 p.m. Central. So you might have to do the conversion on your time, but 11 and 1 are the two speakers that we have featured, and we're hanging out the whole time. So 3 hours of live, woohoo, with us from starting at 11 a.m. So if you're on Pacific, it's 9 a.m. Pacific. So the morning show for you. You can grab your coffee and your toast and warm on up over here and start to get a little woo.
Yeah, I'm sorry we moved from a daylight time to central, or what is it again, standard time. Ugh. I really don't like the standard time as much.
I like this time. I like the extra time in the night, in the evening.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cute.
I like because you get to take walks in the nighttime. But
Yeah,
hey.
true. In Texas, you get to take walks. All right. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful day. And we will be here tomorrow, same time, same place.
Oh, Christina says she loves the session. Thank you, Christina.
I like to save some of these to share with the people that missed out on the email. So I appreciate your comments. Forewarning, you might be in the email though.
That's all right.
All right.
Thank you everyone who contributed, and thank you for everyone for joining us. We love having you here.
Oh, that was beautiful. All right. same time but different time because we've gone from daylight to standard. We've jumped timelines for real, Lianka. How does it get any better than that? All right, have an amazing day, you guys. Bye.